exactly right.
Yes, people, that's going on.
Three brand deals, yeah? Gas.
I get nothing, absolutely nothing, apart from like loads and loads of sting.
We're live, you know that,
We are
right?
live. What is
We're
happening,
live.
everyone? The main man is here, and it's all gone to chaos.
Yeah,
immediately.
I was getting ready to do a nice professional intro to the show, and these just carried on their conversation from before we went live, which thankfully didn't have anything we wouldn't want to go out in it. Just missed out on it. It is obviously the absolute mid-off today. Spurs against Manchester United. We are brought to you by Sky Bet, but I'm most delighted to say we are joined by.
Oh, look, Flav's happy to be here. He's on his phone. Everything all right there, mate?
You're not ordering that taxi.
Sorry,
all the
can we
way
all
back.
just wait a sec? Flav, do whatever you need to do. We'll just wait.
I literally just put it on airplane mode, that's all.
Cool.
I'm excited to be here, to be honest. I can't wait to watch Tottenham Hotspur draw 1-1 with Manchester
The last
United.
time you were here was the first shoot we did in the new set, wasn't it?
No, the last time I was here, cheers for that, but no, last time I was here was when we beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Was that this
3-0.
season?
3-0, yeah.
I was at that game, so I wasn't here.
Right. So the
Remind
last time
me-
we were together, probably Euros.
Yeah, Euros maybe.
Yeah, that's how popular I am.
Mate, was
Whoa,
I
whoa,
here?
whoa,
Was
whoa.
I here for the 3-0 game? I would have been.
I don't know.
No, I was. Okay, yeah, I do remember.
I can't
do.
remember.
That's
No,
really
it was
possible.
no, I don't think you was. It was really relaxed. It was me and Buvey, and some other guy, and it was just
Who's the
really,
other guy?
Who's the other guy?
Miles,
You know
I
them.
imagine.
No, it wasn't Mark. I don't know.
Some
who it
other
was.
guy.
Some other guy.
It was a random, not like.
Addy. Some
Right.
other guy.
Some other
Sorry.
guy.
The face of boxing for DAZN
Yeah.
Sport.
Hang on a second.
The
No,
lad
no.
And
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. I would have known him.
No,
but
it's not Addy. It's someone else. Who is it?
I'm not going to
All right,
duck
this
out.
is a
so-
boring game. for
Boring
everyone at home, by the
conversation.
way.
Boring. We've just watched
Get it
Liverpool
up.
win, thank God.
Oh,
Thank
no.
God. Thank God.
Balls all
Oh,
over in the
no.
second half.
Balls
Do
all
you
over.
reckon there's cracks happening in Liverpool? 'Cause they've
Not-
looked,
not
They
off
just
the back
won.
of
They
that
just
result.
won, didn't they?
yeah, but they were average.
No, they have had a few shaky results. I think. Do you know when you can explore if there's a crack? How you perceive the draw at Goodison Park. Do you see that as 2 points dropped, or do you see that as 1 point gained and a good draw? I see it as a good draw, and therefore I think it's fairly decent.
I agree with you, but it was just a complete detraction from what you experienced at Liverpool this season. Everton got in their brain, they got in their heads, and
But they came away with a 2-2 draw.
that's all that matters, isn't it?
Ultimately,
do you foreshadow an issue based on that performance or that lack of inability to win the game?
is it not one of those weird and rare circumstances in football where two teams play and kind of everybody's a winner, everybody gets what they want?
Yeah.
You end up with a situation where for Liverpool it was about the point. They needed to make sure they go to Goodison Park and secure a point. That's why they got the cushion over Arsenal. And for Everton it was about the pride. They needed to basically not lose the final Goodison Park derby.
And yeah, you're right. You're
So
100%.
everyone was a winner,
It became
including
a cup
Liverpool.
game, didn't it?
And we were
It was
winners.
just-
We were winners as well. Because what
Just
happened
wait.
after the game? All of us as football fans. Because that was the best part of it.
On a
Like,
slot getting sent off. And
Yeah,
stuff.
on a slot.
Curtis Jones should have a statue built.
Yeah. But that says everything.
100%.
The Liverpool fans,
Yeah.
Liverpool felt that they did drop 2 points because of how they reacted. If they
No,
thought,
no,
it's a
no.
casual 1 point, what is a draw, fair enough, away from home
Yeah, they were
derby.
gutted.
But they were livid. They were
gutted.
gutted.
Yeah, they were definitely gutted. And
No,
fair-
but they were gutted. They weren't gutted because of the point. I think they were gutted because of the symbolic nature of it. They were gutted because
And the
gutted that they
referee.
lost.
And the referee.
And they were
sorry,
gutted,
they didn't win.
They were gutted because of the referee.
Mate,
I
how
don't
good
think
is
so.
that?
I think Liverpool would take the point before the game. It's a great point.
7 points is
It
close.
is a great
close,
point.
and
It is a great point. But in the context of the game, with a minute to go or 30
But
seconds to go,
off the
isn't it?
back of the Goodison Park game, they've won today. So presumably we'd all agree.
The next
But-
two are the tough ones. It's not Wolves, is it, at home? It's Aston Villa away, Manchester City away.
Villa,
which
do
defines
you
it.
know what surprised me? Aston Villa, like I rate them, I rate Emery. I know we all, in fact, all of us agree on where they rank as a club. Aston Villa are 9th in the league.
That's crazy. It's tough. It's a tough Premier League. Tough Premier League. It's tough for both Spurs and Manchester United. Obviously, Sky Bet are sponsoring the show. You get a build a bet back if Tottenham versus Man United loses today. You get a free bet back.
Remember to get that free bet if you build a bet on Tottenham Man United losers. You need to opt in though, so make sure you're opting in to do that. It's pretty easy. On the bottom of your app, you can see it says opted out, and you can go in there and make sure you are opted in to receive your free bet. I've put a little build a bet on today. I thought I'd capitalise on the odds of Manchester United to win being so high. And I've got Man United to win, Bruno to score, Casemiro and Pedro Porro to get booked. 35-1.
Nice.
Cheeky little tenner on that.
Yeah, why not?
I need to re-download my app, which I'm doing this very second, and I'm going to put on a brilliant winning build-a-bet.
Couldn't you just pretended that you'd done that?
Why? Real
We
time
don't pretend
commentary.
here.
All right.
We're not lying.
Honestly.
We're not,
Straight
you're
honesty,
suggesting I'm a
fair enough.
liar.
Even when it's-
You're suggesting I lie to our devoted audience.
Absolutely, yeah.
How are you feeling about this one today, Fab?
I couldn't give a shit anymore, mate, to be honest.
That's the spirit.
nice
Great
one.
to have you here.
We'll book that taxi.
It's got to a position where you kind of, there's an element of numbness. I'm sure you're there, right? You don't feel numb after a lot?
Yeah, this season's over for me.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore, right?
Europe. Both of you, I presume Europe means
Yeah,
it's not.
Premier League season's over.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of look at it going, like, we're looking at players like Romero and Van der Ven and needing them to be back to play at our capacity. And we've got a few players back today, which is good. But you're looking at them and you're going, well, when do they get back? And if they're not back for a Premier League game, it's like, all right, that's fine. We can deal with that. If they're back for the Europa League game in March, that's what we're kind of looking at. Our season lives and dies literally on who we get next and whether or not we can beat them. And it'd be interesting. Galatasaray, maybe.
Get out of the way.
You're not beating them, are you?
I mean,
They're smashing out the Turkish league.
yeah, and so they should. I mean, they operate like a,
Yeah, they're a massive club. I don't think you're beating them, are you?
But I mean, we got absolutely panned earlier
The thing with
in the season. to play.
Galatasaray is you could go there and easily lose 3 or 4-0.
Yeah.
But you could easily beat them.
It was tough
at home.
It was tough when we went there. I mean, we've been heavily beaten this season by several teams, but Galatasaray.
We won
absolutely
5-0.
tore us apart.
5-0 we won there.
When's
Did you win?
Gabriel Ambrosetti scored.
Wow.
It's like, might as well be talking about another sport. It was that long ago.
5-0. 5-0 in the Ataturk.
Yeah, that is impressive.
It's not for everyone, mate.
It definitely ain't. It's a horrible place to play football, and we were exposed massively this season.
I like Turkey.
Galatasaray looking like they could go out, by the way. So nice to see Buvey's paying attention to what's going on in the main European competition.
So I haven't really been across it.
They could go out.
Who are they? Have they played their first game?
They could get out of the way, yeah.
Who is it?
Because they played them all the other day, didn't they? I'm going to refer.
Oh no, they're dominating Turkey,
Why not?
aren't they?
Yeah. You mean, look at their side. The players there
They lost
easily.
4-1 against Alkmaar.
Wow. I didn't know
So
that.
they're out.
Well,
So they're out. So that was a great point you brought up.
we beat out. We beat out.
We get
weirdly.
either Alkmaar, Galatasaray, Midtjylland, or Sociedad, don't we?
Same.
Like we get
Yeah.
one of them each, and we're on the opposite side of the draw.
Yeah, exactly.
So are we looking at a Tottenham Man United final if
Yeah.
it goes?
We'd batter them.
And where's
I
the
don't know
final
about
of that competition?
Bilbao.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely, isn't it?
That's
Lovely.
nice.
I'm from
Yeah.
Bilbao, Flav.
Yeah,
Me and you,
absolutely.
eh?
Yeah. I tell you what, the club could take us there.
We're in.
We'll go to the
can't afford
Bilbao
you.
for the Midtjylland against fucking
Yeah, yeah,
Porto
yeah.
final.
Are you up for this? We're like all expenses paid, me and you to buy.
All expenses for me. I don't know for you.
Well.
We can probably stretch some food or something like
we need to cover something. I'm not going on my own back and
We'll
just
get you a
spending.
hot dog.
Yeah, all right.
We're Poland. If we make it.
What, Gdansk?
Which one?
No,
Where?
not Gdansk.
Poznan.
Katowice.
Katowice, yeah, fantastic
Katowice.
place, yeah.
That's where we're.
Heart of Poland.
If we make it to that final.
When you say we're, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about Chelsea
Conference
making it to the final of the most ridiculous European competition.
So I thought
You'd like
you
to
would
win it,
be-
wouldn't you?
I thought you'd be. Sorry, mate. what?
Roy would like to win it, I think, because it's like
No, I
you're
would-
the first club
listen,
to do all of them.
I would.
That's on that level.
I would
that's it.
absolutely like to win it, but it would be ridiculous for me to try and pretend now that it is some significant European competition. Nobody's in it. Like,
No.
you know, when you win the Europa League, the reason why winning the Europa League is impressive is because of the teams that have been knocked out along the way and the teams that have won it in the past. The teams that we're going to knock out along the way, you're looking at teams, I mean this with all due respect, but you're looking at teams from like the Irish League.
Yeah.
You're looking at teams
what a
like
result for
Astana.
Shamrock the other day. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
Shamrock, yeah.
Young boy scored 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing for the story, and like when West Ham win that kind of competition, I do understand why it's significant. But there's no history to it, and nobody's in it. All the teams that are in it are so average.
Imagine the despair when you're getting battered by teams you've never heard of, as I had to experience under Conte at Tottenham.
Mate,
Have you ever heard of Mura?
What's
I
the-
have.
we
what's
lost to
most baffling-
Servette.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
lost to
yeah.
Servette this season.
We lost against a team called Zalogazeg once.
It's quality. What we complain
it's
about?
mental.
Well good.
And Volgograd beat us as
Volgograd,
well, and Schmeichel scored.
Did
And
he?
we thought we were going to go through late because Schmeichel went up there and scored a goal. Never happened in the end. But yeah, that was a big win for Shamrock against Mulder.
It's a,
Yeah.
Ollie's
It's a
old club.
protest.
yeah, on Daniel Levy.
What
I
are
think
Spurs
we're
fans?
talking about
Well,
it.
actually, we're going to speak about that a little bit later on today. Let's have a look at the team news because Manchester United's team news is in as well. On the back of the news that we lost Kobe Mainoo, Manuel Ugarte, Toby Collier. Our midfield has been shred bare. And then we also received the horrible news that Amad Diallo our one main man this season, is out for the remainder of the season. So dreadful news for Manchester United. The team news is in for both teams. We'll start with Spurs' first. Vicario in goal, Porro, Danzo, Davis, Spence, Bergvall, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Maddison, Son, and Matic Tal up top. Great goal for him the other day as well. And then in goal for Manchester United, you have Andre Onana. Then ahead of him, you have De Ligt, Maguire, Mazraoui, Dorgu, Dalot, the wing-backs, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes in the midfield with Garnacho, Xerxes and Højlund. So the team doesn't look that bad on paper, although we're obviously missing some big names. But then you get to the bench, and the bench is basically an under-23s bench plus Victor Lindelof. It's Harry Amas, Jack Fletcher, Fredrickson, Eli Harrison, Aidan Heaven, Sekou Kone, who I'm excited to see, Morehouse as well, another talented player, and Chido Obi, the lad that we stole from Arsenal, who's been banging in all the goals.
That's 2, isn't it, from Arsenal?
Yeah, Aidan Heaven as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation Spurs have found themselves in all season. The parallels between our two respective seasons shouldn't be lost really. The bench being not necessarily weak but inexperienced at Premier League level is something we've had to deal with for a long time, and it's frustrating because you can kind of generally see the difference. Like Spurs fans have been, and myself have been really impressed with Bergvall's performances in midfield for an 18-year-old, right? When Maddison's on that pitch, you see the levels between them. It's gargantuan. And that's not taking anything away
What
from
did you
Lucas
make
Bergvall.
of Roy Keane's great quotes on Maddison this week? Did you see him, first of all?
Yeah, of course.
Tell us, what were they?
He was basically like, I don't get what, like, Ian Wright kept going, yeah, James Maddison's coming back. And he was like, yeah, he got relegated with Leicester. He'll go get relegated.
Yeah, he missed the penalty. Mate, I completely agree. I don't rate Maddison. I don't get it with Maddison. I think he's quite a good player, but I don't think he's a winning footballer at all.
Well, I don't know. That's kind of like a headline sort of broad stroke.
I don't think he is a player that elevates.
Oh, is that right? Okay, right. Okay. That's what we do. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, elevates Spurs, though, doesn't he? He's the best they got in that position.
If you're going to criticise Tottenham, Maddison isn't the person you start with. Is why I was a little bit like taken aback by why Maddison got. I guess Keane went for Maddison because Wright brought him up.
But also the reason why maybe he is the person that you talk about.
Not bad to this. Eight goals and 4 assists.
Is it not fair to say
most midfielders?
That the reason that you talk about him is because you rate him highly? Like, what we're not going to do is go Tottenham are struggling. We really expect more from Bergvall. No. We're going to go Tottenham are struggling. We really expect more from James Maddison. That's a legitimate way to look at it, isn't it?
Yeah. But the way Keane went about making his point was excessive because it was like. Maddison's directly responsible for the position we find ourselves in, I think. But it was all right. I like Keane. I like Roy Keane a lot. So he's a loud one, I guess. But
he's correct, though. I mean, you say he's a loud one.
He's not correct in highlighting Maddison as a problem for Spurs this season.
No, but...
I think he was highlighting more of how we just don't rate him as a player. And like Ian Wright going, Maddison's coming back, like... Is it going to make a huge difference?
It's a big difference for us. I think it is. Having watched Spurs all season, you can tell the difference between when we have him and when we don't have him. Yeah, 100%. So I'm not saying that Maddison is of the level of...
I think it's part of the problem why Tottenham are where they are, though. The reason why Tottenham are where they are is because he is seen as being one of the better senior...
The reason why we are where we are, categorically without question, is the injuries. Nothing else is relevant, really.
It's weird, though, isn't it? Because... lots of clubs have injuries, like Real Madrid.
Not as many as us.
Okay, fine. If it's that, but Real Madrid ended up going to Man City and winning.
Is the problem. Your side, then, Rory, right, is the problem, right? Because everyone's bored of hearing it. I'm bored of talking about it, but it doesn't make it any less significant.
What's that? Sorry.
We're all bored of talking and hearing about the injury.
About injury? No, it's not necessarily boredom. I just feel like lots of clubs have injuries. Injuries are a part of football, and I kind of respect it. I was watching some Arsenal content. I kind of respected the fellow I was watching. Not do that. He was like, look, we're
so much, don't know his name.
We're not talking about. Don't forget his name. James. It is James. He's on Arsenal Fan TV with Don Robbie. But
James.
Yeah, you're starting it now.
But he basically
him done.
But what was quite good about him was he basically went, what I'm not going to do here is talk about injuries. I respected that. It's very anti-Tottenham mentality.
They're having a generational bad season, aren't they? Bad.
So hang on, he's not going to talk about...
spine's gone. The keeper, the centre back.
I think we're going to discuss this at half time.
All this talk though, but I remember when our injuries were shut to bits, and no one gave Ten Hag that.
Yeah, but you were shit when they were all back. That's the difference.
Anyway, we'll discuss that. We'll discuss that more at the time. Everything else is going well, Flav. What's news? Give me the gossip, the news, the scandal.
No, everything's great, mate. I mean, apart from Tottenham ruining everything, it's all.
You know, obviously the Postecoglou debate that will go on forever.
Yeah.
Do you? Well, it will go on until it doesn't.
He's sacked.
Do you? At the moment, do you want to persevere with him? Do you think he's the right man for the job?
I think the problem you have in football, and especially in our space, and this is why I have actually a lot of respect for Man United and how they treated Ten Hag, it's the easiest thing to go, just sack him. It's so fucking boring. Just go, sack him. Get rid of him. He's no good. He's no good. And the people that are saying this have no accountability. They can just spout bullshit, right? And that, without anyone holding them up and going, do you actually know what you're talking about? My main point here is, could another manager who's a little bit more pragmatic get more from the situation we find ourselves in currently? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I said this on another show, right? We did. David Moyes probably could get more points with this injured squad than Postecoglou has done, right? But would you want David Moyes managing our first team when it's fully fit? The answer is no. So just stick with the man who can do the job with the better players.
But wouldn't you just prefer, it's not a toss-up between Moyes or Postecoglou? If it's a toss-up between Moyes or Postecoglou, I'd go Moyes. If you would go Postecoglou, that's fine. The point is, it doesn't have to be Moyes or Postecoglou.
Well, right now, it means Ryan Mason or Postecoglou. And you just stick with him. What's the worst?
Why does it not mean? I mean, I know that it's awkward now, but say in January, beginning of the window, or when it started to go wrong for Ange Postecoglou, which was actually towards the end of last season, say at the beginning of this year when it was obviously going wrong, say November time, look at what Iraola's doing, look at what Marco Silva's doing, look at what Thomas Frank has done. Do you not feel like there's other managers in the league? It's not Moyes or Postecoglou. It's Iraola or Postecoglou.
In November, we were fifth and 3 points off Arsenal. So it wasn't going wrong there.
3 points off Arsenal's irrelevant.
Arsenal's second best team in the league, aren't they?
Yeah, so that's your yardstick.
At that stage,
that's poor. We're 5 points behind Arsenal.
You're talking about
who's at the top of the league?
But the prefix to your question was we was talking about a collapsed season.
In November, it definitely went wrong because I put a video out about Ange Postecoglou being a fraud in November. I wouldn't have done that when you were top of the league.
We weren't.
I wouldn't have done that.
When we went to... This was shortly after we'd gone to the Etihad and won 4-0 and we're just touching Champions League places. It hasn't all been a disaster. It's just the last 3 months with the injuries we've had.
But towards the end of last season, even when you had the players, when the players were fit, it was still going wrong.
No, I mean it was going on to some degree, but we were in a process. My point is you don't just sack a manager.
But why? You know when you said you rate what Tottenham? You rate what Manchester United did with Eric Ten Hag. They persevered. They gave him the opportunity.
The room to breathe, yeah.
Ultimately, that has set that club back by years by persevering with an incorrect manager.
Yeah. I mean, he made some wrong decisions, but it was a breath of fresh air to give a manager an opportunity to make right. Like the same thing.
To sign Xerxes.
No, he made terrible decisions. I'm not going to be wrong. I'm not saying he was a good manager. I'm just saying.
But can I ask this then? So Bournemouth have had so many injuries. Their number one striker injured. Their midfielders completely injured. They're pushing for Champions League football, not even Conference League or anything. Champions League football. And then you're only 10 points above Ipswich.
Yeah.
I think, we said a minute ago, Real Madrid have got injuries. That's an unfair comparison because it's Real Madrid. But take Bournemouth. Brighton have got major injuries. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of sides that are. I just think 10 points above Ipswich and no cup competition.
I've got an answer.
When I was saying about the injuries, you went. They have had a generational stink of injuries.
They have. They have. But I look at it. I'm like,
the Bournemouth.
Is it a generational bad season?
No. When I said about the injuries, Buvey was like, no, you've got to give them a bit of respect because they have had a cataclysmic.
They've had a lot of injuries.
They have had a lot of injuries. But Real Madrid turned up with a totally makeshift back line.
But we can't use Real Madrid as an example.
Okay, Bournemouth then. What example do you know?
What the injuries
about
thing
Bournemouth?
There's been a lot of time where, I remember, because Dominic Solanke, there's a few players that kind of all went down at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And that obviously contributed to having a massive injury problem. But about 2 weeks prior to that, they were all available and you were still stinky.
No, the main issue we have is not. We've had Romero and Van der Ven together for eight games this year, and
Do you
Vicario
think the
lost for 2.5 minutes.
Tactics and style play into the injury issue?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Possibly there is.
Yeah,
you've got
centre halves doing 60-yard sprints from the halfway line 6 times a game.
All right, there's tons that have been said over the last 5 minutes. I'm itching.
You're on the ropes.
I'm not on the rope. I'm not on the ropes. Just everyone's just shouting stuff, right? The Bournemouth comparison is a fair one, right? Because they have had significant amounts of injuries, but they haven't played every 4 days for 2 months, right? They also don't have the number of injuries that we've had for the sustained period. And the other issue is we've got 7 or 8 players that have played every single minute of the season, and so there's been an impact there. Also, the fact that everyone's got very used to the fact that we've got 3 or 4 teenagers playing every week. That ain't normal in the Premier League. They're not good enough at this level and experienced enough to cope with this with the Premier League. All of that has an impact. Yeah. But the easiest thing to talk about is Postecoglou. And so you're asking me as a Spurs fan who watches it, do I want him to sacked at this stage? No. If
but
we get to the end,
easy, isn't it? Because you're a massive football club, and Ange takes a lot of heat, and you're nowhere near like maybe 10th is a justifiable position for you based on the injuries. You're a big football club. Do you know what I mean? Like Bournemouth would have sacked their manager at this point. Areola would have been sacked if they were where you are.
All right. The other thing you mentioned is that why haven't we gone for other managers?
Here we go. Who's going to get this?
Probably Lineker. Sheringham side by then. There's Lineker's
Gaza.
We got a super chat on Spurs. Owen says Ange should be looking to annihilate Delors with Porro and Kulusevski on that side and create chances for Tal. Also, Rory. Maddison has 8 goals and 4 assists.
Oh, he's going to come at me with the numbers.
Thank you, Dean, for your super chat.
But goals and assists are key indicators.
But that's fine. But what James Maddison is supposed to be, you can try and create. It'd be like me going, well, Nicholas Jackson scored 14 Premier League goals last season. Like, so what? He's not good enough to play for Chelsea. James Maddison.
But he's one of your better players, wasn't he?
He's one of our best players.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's good enough to play for Chelsea.
But you're criticising Maddison's performances, and he's been absolutely fine this season.
Their keeper's been worse. The back line's been worse.
Roy Keane was incorrect.
The
midfield's been worse.
Yeah, but
the defense,
absolutely.
Sar's been worse.
The point of the reason why I'm highlighting Maddison is because he is supposed to be doing. If at Man City, say I would say to you when you were in your 100-point season, if I would say to you, Aguero's not doing enough. The reason why I would say Aguero's not doing enough, not Julian out or whoever it would be, right, isn't doing enough, is because that's the standard. James Maddison is supposed to be, he's how old now? 27 years old, a former England international, somebody who was signed for a lot of money, who was supposed to be the personality of that team. It is unacceptable for Tottenham to be where they are in the league. And I'm going to talk about Maddison. I'm not going to talk about Bergvall. I'm not going to talk about Jed Spence. Maddison is the player that shouldn't allow it to get this bad. When Chelsea were good and we were slipping in the league, I'd talk about Lampard. Yeah. Lampard is the standard bearer.
But who's you said Aguero for Man City, Lampard for Chelsea. I don't know anyone hyping James Maddison to that level anymore. I think he's just a solid Premier League player. And you've said it before.
So much that can go wrong.
He's a solid Premier League player, isn't he? He's not a world class player. He never will be.
Maybe we're arguing, but actually in agreement then. I think
what you're doing is a few years ago,
standard Premier League player.
Years ago, we referred to James Maddison as this starting for England at the last tournament.
Yeah,
we did for a reason.
We did.
He had a great. I was saying that he had to start. I
always thought he was flimsy. Always found him
flimsy. Top level Premier League player.
James Maddison's a very good player, but he's not going to be someone. Like, he needs the team to be good behind him, right? Yeah. He's not going to be able to dig a team out of trouble.
Also, you know when you say top
and that's
level,
one of the failings who's been this season.
It's not their fault.
That support unit isn't there, and when he gets the ball, he does make an impact.
If you say top level Premier League player, see, that's where I disagree. I think James Maddison is a good
stats,
Premier League.
Reflect.
He'd start for Fulham. He'd start for Brighton. He'd start for Bournemouth.
Well, you can't accept some statistical analysis.
What I think, I watch him play football. I watch him capitulate. I watch him miss a penalty. I watch him miss a penalty. I watch him miss a penalty. He scored goals for Leicester, but he actually missed the penalty to take them down. He was actually responsible for Leicester being
relegated. One moment, it doesn't matter. You know, 3 and 4 penalties. Only 3 and 4 penalties are scored. One's missed. It doesn't matter. That was just one of them. But you're basing you're assassinating his entire football.
I think my assessment of James Maddison is James Maddison is a fine. He's a standard. He will have an excellent Premier League career. He's a good Premier League footballer. But he's not really good enough to play for Tottenham. We've just seen Paul Gascoigne.
I think that whether you think he's good enough
or not, he's not for Tottenham to be the club that they want to be.
We can get in the Champions League with Maddison in the team for sure.
I think Maddison can be part of a successful team. But they need a lot more than that.
Maddison starts with Man United.
No.
Man United are 15th in the league.
He's not better than Bruno.
He starts with Bournemouth.
No, he isn't better. He's not better than
Bruno Fernandes.
Couldn't lace Bruno's boots. Don't do that face. Don't do that face.
You're giving it Bruno chat. Like, Bruno's not great.
Bruno's one of the most.
Bruno's 10 times a player of. Bruno Fernandes is 10 times.
He doesn't start for Bournemouth. He starts for Bournemouth, James Maddison.
Of course he does.
Yeah, Bournemouth are 4th in the league.
Yeah, so he starts for a side that are 4th, 5th in the league.
My issue here, right, isn't that I disagree with your point. I accept it, but it feels like the place we find ourselves in, and
he's going to batter us today because
the positions we're putting ourselves in when talking about Maddison are so far apart, and they shouldn't be. They should be much closer. And we can still disagree, but we shouldn't be as...
I don't think James Maddison's name should ever be mentioned around playing for England. I just don't think he's even close.
But we're not.
He's a good England squad player.
Morgan Gibbs-White is a better player.
I've just said he's a top Premier League player. That's all he is. He starts for any side in the top 10.
When you say top Premier League player, the insinuation there is no. Sorry, you didn't say top 10. You said he's a top Premier League player.
I consider if you start for anyone 9th, 7th, 6th, that range, you're top. He's a top Premier League
Do you
player.
think he should be considered for England?
No, but that doesn't make him a top.
I mean,
Is Morgan Gibbs-White better than him?
is he going to play for England either? No.
I think he get a lot of games for Forest, James Maddison, and Bournemouth, and Brighton, Fulham.
I just don't see it. I just find him fairly just an average player.
He's not the cause of their problems, is he?
I kind of think he is.
No, he ain't.
I kind of think he is.
What,
What they
playmaker?
need
They
in
can't
midfield,
defend.
what they need James Maddison to be is the kind of midfielder that is in the peak of his powers, drags the team to victory. And he's wet, he's flimsy. If the team win, he wins. If the team loses, he loses. And he goes out and parties afterwards. Like, he goes to Ibiza and has a good time. He's not a winning footballer. Michael Essien was a winning footballer.
Oh, come on, man. You're talking about one of the best Chelsea Premier League signs ever.
But James Maddison is supposed to be.
You think Essien would have meant that Spurs would be fourth now?
Because he would demand everybody in the team elevated their performances, and that's what I think James Maddison should be.
I think Rory, like when you approach football and judge other teams, it's based on that 20 years of Chelsea, right? Where Abramovich.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We can talk about Tottenham players. We can talk about Tottenham players that did the business in midfield if you want to make it.
But my point is what you became used to with Chelsea was such an abnormal state for a football club to be in for so prolonged period of time. That when you judge like someone like James Maddison and say like what Essien would have done, it's just not. You can't. It's like different. It's not fair to do that.
But is he not supposed to? The reason I use Essien is because when things were going wrong, on the rare occasions that they were going wrong, we're losing at home to Arsenal when we're both competing for the league. Essien pulls that goal out of the bag, right? Scores that amazing goal. I think James Maddison is supposed to be your version of that. When things are going wrong, when Tottenham are on the ropes, James Maddison is supposed to be the player that says, not today, lads, we're going to win this game, follow me.
Essien was a physical dominating midfielder. James Maddison's a 10.
I'm talking about a goal that he scored. I'm not talking
They're
about
different positions.
It's nothing to do with being physical, though. It's nothing to do with the position he played. It's to do with scoring a goal out of nothing to make sure that Chelsea didn't lose a game of football. James Maddison is supposed to be that for Tottenham, and I don't think I've ever seen it happen.
I think we're lacking. Spurs have been lacking in someone like that for a long time, like that match-winning player. Maddison is supposed to be that.
If Tottenham were to go 1-0 down today, does James Maddison look around at the 10 teammates on his team?
Yeah.
Look around and go, lads, not today.
But not every player's like that.
No. But
I don't know who's ever said that he is that. I've never heard Spurs fans saying that he's Tony Adams. Do you know what I mean?
He's the senior £50 million player in the middle.
But I've seen it at City, like
England
Bernardo Silva's 30 years old. He's not. De Bruyne's 30.
Bernardo
he's the
Silva
greatest
is
player
that.
I've probably ever seen.
Bernardo Silva is that. Bernardo Silva
He doesn't
last week
shout
when
at
you
people
got
like that.
when you were getting beaten up at Newcastle against Newcastle. I thought that he was.
He doesn't shout in the same way, and De Bruyne doesn't either. And Phil Foden.
Bernardo's a bit more
They're
snide.
still leaders though.
I don't know.
I've seen
I
all
get
of
what
the
you're saying.
players
I don't
you
think
just
he's a world class player. I just think it's harsh on James Maddison. I think there's so many bigger issues at Tottenham. The manager's the first one.
But the thing is,
It can't be
this
that easy to
conversation
beat.
with Maddison wouldn't be taking place right now if Keane hadn't gone like excessive on him. I think.
I think it would because I would have brought it up. Like I just.
That is true.
All right, fair enough.
Keane goes over the top, like the League Two footballer stuff about Haaland. Disgusting stuff to say about a generational striker.
What did he say?
He said Haaland was League Two striker.
Yeah, I've got a question. You know
which I
what?
think's really
Off the back of Marmouche.
But you've repeated that at Haaland on the show.
Yeah, I've said there's a moment where it's not in the same way. Completely different. But if it fits your narrative, then fair enough. But completely different things. Completely different.
Does he? Who starts now? Is Mamouche is the guy now, isn't he?
Him and Mamouche.
Come on, Reds! We beat you today.
Mamouche is so good.
It was such,
Mate, he's class. He's
it
class.
was such a statement. Here, 14-minute hat trick, right? Name your best. What's your favourite ever hat trick?
Well, Ronnie Rosenthal, Southampton away.
Is that your favourite?
But most people won't remember.
Mine's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank
At
against
Spurs,
you.
yeah, of course.
Against you. beat you 4-0 twice in 3 days. Hasselbank
Right.
perfect hat
Mine
trick.
would be Rooney
realise
Fenerbahce.
you do this?
Rooney Fenerbahce. What about you, Boo? Favourite ever hat trick?
De Bruyne weak foot hat trick against Wolves.
Right,
Outrageous.
anybody in the chat, favourite ever hat tricks, please. Do you know what someone's definitely going to say? Which is going to annoy me.
What's that?
Carnu against Chelsea. Someone's going to put that straight in.
What about this one?
Stephen Naismith against Chelsea.
Mamouche already got more league goals than Hoyland this season.
Yeah, it's hard.
I think Hoyland's a good player, but what?
No, shit, mate.
What?
Mate, you've undermined all of your James Maddison rationale with the worst take on the day.
I think some people have done a little
Absolutely
bit. He's
fucking
having
ridiculous.
a stinker of a season. But
Mate, he's
I
so
think he's a
bad,
young
mate.
player,
He had a
man. You
stinker
got-
last
I didn't
season.
think he was that bad. Every
You've
time-
totally undermined it.
Considering how bad
you had
you
me on the
were, he
road
scored
with
a
the
fair few
Maddison thing. You were rationale. You were bringing rationale. You were bringing like numbers. You were brilliant, and you've just totally undermined it all with your
I've quite
Hoyland.
liked him when I've watched him play. I think he's all right.
He's so bad. He's not a Premier League footballer.
What I don't like is he moans a lot.
He's trying to have
at
fights
his
with
teammates.
No, but he also.
I don't like
you know when he gets the ball into feet, he looks to have a fight with the centre half. He doesn't ever look to bring others into play.
Yeah.
I can't believe the Hoyle. I think he's absolutely.
He's got less assists than Ederson this season.
He, for me,
people go too far on it.
He's the
I think it's just
personification of
it's
what's
just
gone
a young
wrong.
lad having to lead United's line. I think if there was a
21.
if there was a bigger striker there and he was coming off the bench, I think you go, he's a good young striker.
But all of that is true, but we can only judge what we've seen.
Yeah, Rory Walker.
We can, say what I say. What I see. That's all I can do, isn't it? Like with Rasmus Højlund, every single time I've seen him play, it's just like this bloke is not Manchester United quality. Like, what is going on?
He's Everton in 3 years, isn't he? He's Everton.
If that,
I think in 3 years' time, you could, on the other hand, look at him and go, actually, remember that time when he was sneaking it out and he's settled at United?
Do you think he'll ever be
be
top
out
5 in the
of
world?
Boys, have you noticed any kind of sort of anything about Jed Spence, Wimpo? What are your
He's been really
Been
good.
good.
man.
Yeah, all right.
good.
I wondered if it's sort of
No, he's been
escaped
good
the
for you.
Spurs fan base.
And he's out of position.
Yeah, left back. Yeah.
And it was weird because who was it that didn't ever want to play him? Conte.
Conte hates.
Conte said he was a club signing, and we're
Yeah,
like, mate,
Conte.
don't say it. Like, don't say that.
You might need him.
Yeah, Antonio Conte. Like, I know that you won't like him, and obviously he ended up suing Chelsea, but I love it.
Right.
Don't you think that some people, regardless of how it's gone, the Premier League is just a better, richer, more brilliant place because of the. Like, I'd love Conte in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
you
I
think?
don't
Like,
have any
Conte,
issues with it.
He's absolutely crazy.
I'd say like a lot of Jose Mourinho that they don't like him, but I'd say 100% he's good for the league.
He's done it at Napoli. He's fallen out. He's come out publicly
Oh,
about
really?
it. Yeah,
For Christ's
yeah.
sake.
They let
Let's
someone
up,
go. Who did they let cover?
Yeah, Skiller.
Yeah, cover Skiller. They let him go, and he came out and went, "I let him go because I was going to get the money. I never got the money." So
He's literally like a chairman's worst nightmare. But it was so
the
good
chairman's
that-
bad at Napoli
you
as
need
well.
it,
De Laurentiis, fuck.
but he's so good.
He's a pain.
Players will love him.
I actually
innit?
think that Antonio Conte is one of the best managers Chelsea have ever had.
I know you loved him, didn't you?
It was just amazing. He took such a bad team to the title. Like,
Who?
Where would you rank him? Because he's obviously behind Mourinho and Ancelotti.
behind Mourinho. Yeah, he's behind Ancelotti because of the double, right? But what Conte did, that team that won the double in 2010, it's like Joe Cole, Malou. It was like a good team. Like, you know what I mean? It was it was like, it was such a good team. Whereas the team that we had winning the league under Conte, it broke the 90-point barrier.
Who were some of the key players in that one?
Victor Moses.
Oh, yeah, right.
Did we play in at Wembley? Victor Moses played.
First game that was his second season. Your first game at Wembley.
You won an FA Cup, didn't you?
Marcus Alonso scored 2. We beat you in the cup semi-final. You were winning.
And Son.
There was an amazing goal.
Give a penalty away, didn't he?
Christian Eriksen put in an amazing cross for Dele Alli. You went 2-1 up, and then we bought on Costa at half time.
What did we?
You went we beat 4-2. Nemanja Matic scored that goal, and Kurt Zouma goes.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sort of blacked it out.
Just another victory at Wembley.
the
It
amount
was
of
the
time.
4-2 game, not the 5-1
I was at
game.
the 5-1 game as well.
Not the 5-1.
Yeah, it was
4-2.
It was quality.
5-1 at Wembley, 6-1 at the Lane,
You've done
4-0 twice in 3
When you
games.
say Wembley, is that when that was their home ground?
No, we
Semi-final.
in
We
FA
beat
Cup.
them. You know when they went to Wembley to their first ever game at Wembley as their home ground? They played us, Marcus Alonso, 2-1.
That was awful when they had that as the ground.
It's horrible.
Awful pitch.
But we struggled there.
Wasn't
Remember
there, they had
Arsenal?
NFL on there at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, and Arsenal struggled as well.
Do you remember
Don't they bring out a
we
different
weren't
pitch
too
for
bad.
NFL?
We were
I
okay.
imagine that.
We were okay.
They were
Isn't it
doing
like
something on
something
the
that
pitch.
comes
The pitch
over
was
the
awful. City went there. It was a bobbly pitch. Morris Wood. Do you remember 1-0?
Yeah, true. Didn't who played the Champions League games there? Was it Arsenal? It was
Gabriel
Arsenal, yeah.
Batistuta scored an amazing goal.
That's right, yeah.
Gabriel
Yeah,
Batistuta.
Fiorentina.
Yeah. Arsenal used to play their home games.
The old Wembley.
The old Wembley.
Yeah,
Arsenal,
yeah.
Arsenal
No,
used to do
it was the new Wembley.
No,
Wasn't
the
new
old
Wembley.
Wembley.
The
No,
new
Wasn't new Wembley.
No, it was an old Wembley.
No way.
Arsenal, Batistuta.
Yeah, it was
It's
like
it was
98.
Dave Seaman, wasn't it? It was like Tony Adams.
96,
that long ago?
That long ago.
97?
Yeah.
Around
It was that era. Arsenal used to do
Completely different
90,000.
decade.
Arsenal used to
What
do
was going on with
90,000 at
Highbury?
Wembley
Was that
then.
when?
That's
That wasn't when they were building the
Highbury was no,
Yeah,
they left
in the
Highbury.
Champions League.
No, it was it was when they were putting. It was just when they needed more seats because they were playing in Europe.
Look at this.
Because remember, Highbury was small, wasn't it?
They're all over these. Come on.
Did they do 80,000 against Burnley? Probably not.
No, they used to do 90,000 at the old Wembley though. But then football's so different. Then do you know what I found amazing? Do you know when the Champions League final was at Wembley in like 91, Sampdoria.
Right.
My dad went and got a ticket on the day. Just went and paid like
Just
14
turned up.
quid. Like, you know when you think about Champions League finals now, like Wembley and football and all that, it was so different. Sampdoria
You have
lost.
to plan
Yeah, it was a lot of it was
advance.
no, a lot of it was either
Yeah.
ticket offices sell them and there's a queue around the block, or you turn up on the day and
Listen,
try and get in.
my dad told me the story the other day. He was driving the cab. He was a cab driver driving the cab, and on Capital Radio they said, by the way, the Champions League final tonight or the European Cup final tonight, Sampdoria. If anyone wants to go, there are tickets available. He went down £14 on the day just to go and watch the Champions League final.
Who do they play?
Is it Sampdoria lost to
No one's going to check you.
Lost-
Just
I
say
think
anyone.
Ajax.
Barca, mate?
I think it was Barca.
Barca 1-0. Yeah,
Coleman.
I think so. Yeah, but anyway,
Football's too serious now, isn't
that's what
it?
you could
That's
do.
what football's
Was it
about.
Coleman?
You go down, have a laugh. Like it's too serious now. You have to plan it a year in advance if you want to go to a game.
Barcelona, yeah, it was. So Barcelona,
Give your knowledge
Sampdoria,
proper good.
and Barcelona, Sampdoria. Then, like Sampdoria, remember they had Vialli and Hullet and David
Bentancur's
Platt,
injured.
David Platt, and all that. Like they had
Who's injured?
Bentancur.
Bentancur and Jerkji.
I think he's just sort of disappointed.
I don't like to see players injured.
Oh.
Is that a foul?
but Bentancur
Hang on,
goes
he
up.
got a foul against him, Bentancur.
It's a head clap.
I
Against
think it's
him?
just a nothing.
He did. This is a United free kick, isn't it?
What?
I like Bentancur.
How
I
was
think he's
that
mint.
I don't get it, man. It just goes under the radar how bad the refs are.
Yeah,
How
it
was
was
that a Man
that was a
United
United
free
free kick. That was.
Shocking, man.
There's one today, Liverpool Wolves, where like the Liverpool Diaz dived and he gave it
Lad,
the Liverpool.
I've got to say, I am getting well bored of the conversations about shit referees. Though. It's
So am I.
So
Really?
dull. Yeah.
I find it like
But
up
it's
there with
hard to
injuries.
escape it.
It's up there
Can
with
we just
injuries.
accept that they're shit and just move on? I can't have another conversation about it.
No, I agree.
But don't you expect? Don't you love football? Don't you want it to be better?
Not really. I
different if-
don't want it. I do want it to be better, but not. I don't want it to be so much better that I have to listen to people talk about it.
If someone
constantly.
releases a shit movie, you don't have to watch it. But you live football, so why does it have to be bad?
because
Why does it have to be bad?
It's like
Do you know what I mean? You can engage with an album that you don't like or pops or whatever.
No,
or-
but do you not think that there's a
but
point in
football
that
is
though, Booth? Just like the conversation around it. Like, I find it a
so-
bit with injuries.
just on and on.
Like the second that you talk about, say Tottenham, so everyone goes, "Well, they have got injuries."
you can't control injury. Like the referees, we can.
No, but some
We
things
can
are
be
just
proactive.
some things they're just a given. Like does it have to be discussed at every
better, worse.
I know, but
Like everything in this country.
but it's never going to. It's always been this way. They've always
as
been
bad.
shit. They
Not
have,
bad.
mate. There's been
You know
people.
what?
not
Well,
to
they
this
were
level.
kid, it
though.
was one
Not
a
to
week.
this-
think. I don't think there's much difference.
Until the
It's always
referees
been crap.
accept that they're crap as well, you're never going to get it improved. And they're always looking for ways out, excuses. Their mates are all defending them. So there's never an open and honest conversation about the referees, right? And there's always this rush to protect them.
I don't think I don't think the
what I
referees are
find
significantly
crazy is-
better now than
Like-
worse than they have been 15 years ago,
You'll
20
see-
years ago.
For example, I don't know, whoever Sky's pundits are today, if it's Carragher and Neville or whoever, they'll lay into players, but then when it comes to referees, is this, but we have to be nice to. It's like, hold on, so we're allowed to absolutely paste players here, call them crap, League Two, all this kind of stuff, but then when it comes to ref, we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to.
I'll tell you a
criticise.
case
There is
in
a
point.
conversation
I'll tell you
about bad refereeing, though.
No,
Yeah,
for sure,
100%. No, I
for sure, right? But this comes from after the Merseyside derby, right? Where there's so much to talk about, and it was all about the refereeing performance. And I'm like, okay, fine, a little bit,
But it does matter. It does matter.
Yeah, it does, but so does what happens in the game matters.
Man United with a chance.
Do you know off the back of that Merseyside
does what
derby?
happened
That
in the-
Merseyside derby was the best game this season. It had
great, it was
everything,
amazing.
right? Your pitch invasions, smoke bombs on the Gladys Street. He's got to
Man United chance.
score. They haven't scored. They haven't
was
scored.
the low offside now? Fucking hell, he looked offside. He should have been offside because he missed a sitter.
Who do you think this game means more to? Who needs a victory more, Postecoglou or Amorim?
Well, Spurs are at home, so
Yeah, it's probably
and United having all the injury problems. There's an easy excuse to go. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
probably us because we're at home, but I don't think it really matters. Really.
God, that's bad defending Ben
You're
Davis.
10
isn't
points
it?
off Ipswich. It does matter.
Ben Davis, my God.
Well, if it matters to you,
I don't think
make
it
a
does
video
matter.
about it.
None of these.
Well, I'm telling you, it don't matter.
This is a crazy sentence that I never thought I'd ever say, but it doesn't matter because none of these teams are going to get relegated. They
No.
both had bad seasons.
Wait, no, I see. If we weren't for Europa, our season would be over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a sort of mid-90s Spurs season for sure.
This is a
Although you have got Europe. Like,
No,
that's
all
that's
that matters.
huge.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
It's a
10
huge
points, man.
opportunity.
It's not
Can I-
50.
Do you know,
Rory,
your,
can I-
do you know your favourites for them? Do you know you're genuinely
I
favourite?
know, and it's how strong is the Premier League when it's
horrible, isn't
Spurs
it?
and Man United.
Do you know
are-
Tottenham?
Man United.
Tottenham are favourites.
That's-
Tottenham are actually favourites. I couldn't believe it.
What?
let me have a look.
Good to see.
I can't understand why Tottenham would be ahead of
Rory,
Manchester
let me ask you a question. If Spurs somehow win that Europa League,
United. Yeah, great season.
do you Is that like Spurs' trophyless sort of we can never win things monkey off our back, or do we need
of
to?
course.
All
What,
right.
Europa League.
Manchester United are favourites marginally.
Europa League. Yeah, 100% Flav, of course.
4-1 for Man United.
Oh, right. I've
9-2
definitely seen
for
Tottenham
Spurs.
ahead.
That might have something to do with me absolutely lumping on United, though. But
Yeah. Why did you ask that question, Flav?
I know because for some fans of other, not that I give a shit, but like they it won't be enough. They'll just say
It wouldn't be for
Europa
United.
League.
It wouldn't be for Arsenal. I think those are the two clubs.
I don't.
that could
United
win
didn't
this.
even-
if Arsenal won a European
If you
trophy,
won the Europa
even,
League, you'd still there's an issue because you're not at the top of the Premier League. Is what I'm saying because of the
but
size
what
of your
it
club.
does is, if we win the Europa League, it speeds up that recovery because you look at the finances Liverpool got just for the group stages alone.
Yeah.
And
that
unfortunately,
Champions
we
League,
have to look at the financial implications.
Is
of
it
what
true the
tournament-
winners
Of course,
get like
yeah,
close
good
to
point.
200 million all in at the end?
Well, Liverpool have already made 100 mil
What
Which-
of,
so
what of
many
qualifying out of the
just for the
Champions
group stages, yeah.
League? I said that on a show once. I got slagged off for saying it because Man City
Who slagged
winning
you off?
things.
Tell me who it
Oh, it
was.
was Jamie Carragher.
All right.
I said that Man City made a lot of money from winning games. Like you make a lot of money if you get to the
I think
final of the
there's-
Champions League multiple
I
times.
think what it is though, it's winning football.
Oh yeah!
Spurs 1-0.
It's a goal.
James Maddison.
Fucking hell.
Oi.
Oh look, he's got a celebration. You
that
don't
for
score
Roy
enough
Keane,
goals.
you
to
reckon?
have your
9
own
goals isn't
celebration.
bad this season.
Just doesn't score enough goals.
I'm so
to have
glad
his
I'm
own
on the
celebration.
Madison train, baby. I'm so glad I got
On
that.
the Madison train. That's not a
spot
train you
on.
want to be on. That's a train to
Let's just
nowhere.
kiss his neck.
That's what we do.
Yeah, it's getting
That's what we
intimate
do.
there, man.
We love that.
That's
Just
what we
kiss
do.
each other all the time.
That is what we do.
He'll go off injured in 20 minutes.
No
United
offside?
will win 3-1.
All right, can we just let me have the goal before we start
Offside,
catastrophizing
please be
everything?
offside.
Let's have a look. There's no offside. is
No,
there?
I don't think.
I'm praying there's no offside.
I don't think it can be.
He
Our
got
line
very
doesn't
lucky
move.
there, Son. He's blazed that
Well,
into
that's a good
nowhere,
little
hasn't
run.
he?
Well, good connection.
It's a good shot by Bergkamp.
Great
keeper
connection.
do
It's going the
better?
wrong way, but it's a great connection.
If you're being kind, great connection.
Look at the keeper.
Look at- I mean, the connection
Keeper.
is sensational.
Keeper.
Nah,
Keeper.
keeper's stretching.
No, Adam.
He's stretching.
Adam, that's the
You
keeper.
spent 50 mil on him.
He's not stretching. That's a
Actually,
keeper.
yo, that should be better.
50 mil for that.
Keeper.
What are you saying about it, Nana? You got faith?
It's a bit like Maguire with him. Like, they will have periods. Like, mentally, they're quite robust in that they keep going when they make mistakes.
so
How
fragile.
can you shush
He's
some?
so-
How
he's-
can you
And
manage?
what I would say, right, to support what you're saying, he is quite fragile. Like he that would have just been sitting with him as soon as Keane said.
But the thing is, when your team are like languishing down the bottom of the league, you're out of all competitions. You've gone out of 2
so it
competitions
doesn't
in the space
disprove
of a week.
Keane's
You
point.
scored a goal.
no,
You
it's
scored a
just
goal
what's
against
happening,
Manchester
isn't it?
United, who are having their own crisis, and then you're going like this down the lens. You scored
Yeah,
like
but-
4 goals this season.
But you're
Like,
do you remember Carlos Vinicius' celebration against Marine, where he smashed the ball in from 2 yards
Yeah.
and he just did.
yeah.
Right, you're either a guy who likes that or a guy who
He's a
hates it.
wind-up.
Yeah.
He's a wind-up.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
The funny thing
But do you
is,
remember
though,
how
that-
much he was crying when Neil Maupay did his celebration?
yeah.
I know. Yeah, he's quite sensitive.
The funny thing is,
Smash
though,
him.
Keane's actually a Spurs fan.
No,
So
he
him
is.
saying
He
it is
does
probably
like
coming
Spurs.
from an angle of being
Is he
a
a
Spurs
Tottenham?
fan.
Is he a Tottenham?
I think he
because
does.
of Glenn Hoddle.
He's
Why
got
is he a Spurs
soft
fan?
spot.
Glenn Hoddle.
he's got a soft spot. Remember
Glenn
Spurs,
Hoddle, innit?
when he was a kid, Spurs were a big club.
Did Tottenham have?
No, not in
did
a
Tottenham,
bad.
did Tottenham have an
he's come
Irish?
from Ireland. He's moved to Nottingham Forest and he's gone to Man United. Why is he? A
No, when he
Spurs fan?
growing up.
Glenn
I guess.
Hoddle. I just said it.
But what?
A lot of
What? You
people
like Glenn Hoddle?
Yeah,
Glenn Hoddle was a magician.
I had no idea he was a Spurs fan.
Ireland generally, Manchester United, Liverpool,
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Northern Ireland, QPR.
Celtic.
Yeah, or Celtic, of course.
No, they always
France,
support
Brent.
Celtic or Rangers and then English team.
Man United, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, QPR quite a lot, I think. Yeah.
Big win. What about Man United? They lose this game as well.
It's not. It's yeah, but the thing is with Man United, and I've got a lot of sympathy for Amorim for what it's worth, is that he has to stick with his system. He doesn't have the players that quite work for it. It is going to be problematic, but you just stick with it and don't listen to people that are trying to say he ain't the right manager. You've got to wait and give him the players he needs. It ain't going to happen overnight. He said, "Let me come in the summer." And Ratcliffe, and you understand it. What am I giving him being too?
No,
kind?
sorry. I thought Heung-min Son
All
was
right.
about to intercept the
I
goal.
was in my flow then. You know, that's
I didn't interrupt. I just watched Heung-min Son being
That-
Rizla
what I was
paper
about
away
to
from
say-
intercepting a Nana's pass.
what I
Flav
was
in
about
flow
to say is
state.
why I was. That's
Yeah.
why you pay me.
I was in full flow. Like Dr. Dre. Right, come on then, Eminem.
Wait for
Let's
part
hear it.
two, eh?
Yeah.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
all I did
You
was
were
like-
basically backing Amorim. I'm just sat there thinking he's buying wing backs for a free.
Right, that was it, Amorim.
And then he
yeah.
loses his job in 18 months. Now they've got all these wing backs, and there's still
But if he
nowhere
loses
forward.
his job, it's not on Amorim. It's
One
on
wing
it's
back.
on the club not supporting him.
No, in the summer you're going to get a couple of wing backs, aren't you?
Well, he's bought one.
Well, do you know who Manchester United could really do with, particularly when you're looking at Højlund and Xerxes?
Oh,
Marcus Rashford.
Bruno's so good.
He just doesn't want to be there.
Mate, did you see
Good
his,
to see him play
see his
a bit
effort
freer.
for Villa
Free
for that
kick.
goal yesterday?
If it's a free kick, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
Go on, White.
Ooh.
Why not go outside there, man?
Someone else has got to go round him though. Give him the.
He's the guy that's going.
Yeah, but there's got to be a runner.
He's the guy that's supposed to go
No,
outside.
but if he doesn't, someone else can.
We're gonna
God, he
win.
letting the
We're
ball
s-
bounce.
we're
Isn't that the
still
first
winning.
rule of football? Don't let the ball bounce. Like, what are you doing?
He's
We
won,
had this guy
He's won
in
5
school, in
Champions
our
Leagues.
school
that bloke.
team
You
who could never judge a bounce.
What? Just
just
run into it
every
it.
As long as it don't bounce.
He played right back as well, and he'd always go, "Oh
It's
shit!"
gone over his head. Yeah.
Go again.
It's probably because he hated heading.
His name was Steve.
Look at the logo. That's Steve.
A lot of possession for United, but it's just not really
It's
doing.
all come since their goal, though. I think they've sat back a little bit.
Yeah, maybe Postecoglou's actually. That's a
Oh,
foul.
That's not a foul.
no.
Just fallen
Get
over.
up, man.
Is he
Get
injured?
up.
Is he
Unless
injured?
it's one of them that you
Mate,
can't- you
if
just
if
tap him
Tottenham
on
make
his
this
shin.
count, 3-on-3.
Embarrassing
Why is
for-
Bergvall not sprint like that way? Go that way, mate. That way.
No.
That's a smart
want
thing
the
to do.
1-0.
Smart thing to do. Isn't it?
It depends if you want to score or not.
No, that's not going all out. That's what Ange does all the time anyway.
No, but it's
He's
not all
slagging
out.
off for it. Bit of
intercepted,
pragmatism,
you've
Morrison.
intercepted the ball on the halfway line. Like, there's a break.
No,
on.
I don't know if
That's
it's that
like
clear,
being a
but-
good counter-attacking team.
You're very harsh on Spurs. Everything.
But it's his job.
I'm very
You are,
level-headed
isn't it?
with- I'm
You
very
are-
level-headed
You
with
are,
Spurs.
Buvey.
Until it
I
comes to
fully
Man United.
respect what you're.
Yeah, I'm very level-headed with Spurs.
It's going to be
Just keep the
it's
ball.
a
Keep the ball.
big result this for Tottenham if they can get the win. Long way to go, obviously, but it is a big result.
I've always appreciate that about you.
No.
What, level-headed?
Just level-headed about
No,
Tottenham when it comes to-
no.
Jesus
Honestly, mate,
Christ.
I appreciate that, man. No,
Famed
anytime,
for
man.
being level-headed.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Oh,
Kulusevski's so good. Isn't he?
I'd love a 2-0 here. I'd love a 2-0.
he's been poor in the last month. He's just knackered.
Who's this?
Kulusevski.
Yeah.
It's his first season where he's played so many games.
He's played
hasn't
every minute.
Yeah.
Every minute
he?
available.
Usually injured a lot of the time. Played Xerxes, lad.
Oh, that's outrageous.
He's so good. He'll
What,
never
yeah,
score.
what are you saying?
He'll never score, but he's so good. What were we talking about when I got really
I
interrupted?
was offside. What?
What were we talking about?
I can't
You
remember.
asked me a
But I'll ask you a question about
Oh,
Xerxes.
about Anana, sorry.
I know, it was ages
Oh,
ago.
Like 10 minutes ago.
About Anana, I'm a bit like where I am with
We went
Maguire.
David Brent there. Somebody just talking about Anana. That's Dostoevsky.
Go ahead.
Forget it. It's never
I
gonna
genuinely
happen.
want to know about Anana, though.
I'm basically done with him.
Right, you are done with him. Okay.
Like he's gonna have good games because he's like you know how De Gea got Golden Gloves that year,
Yeah.
but he was still shit.
Was he?
He was bad.
Compared to Onana, was he bad?
No, but my point is, I could see Anana like finishing with
Getting golden glove.
second in clean sheets, but still being shit.
Yeah.
Or like if you're going for a title or you're going for top 4, if you're going for something that means something,
it.
making a mistake at a crucial time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that happening with him. A bit like Maguire, like he's turned it around. He looks okay, but he's got a huge Rick in him.
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah. What, over the moon yesterday, Booth, Marmouche?
Oh, mate.
You going to make it into the top 4 now, do you think?
I even think there's a chance against Real Madrid if you unlock him against Real Madrid. So he was that good.
Do you
He was
actually think you could go
outrageous.
to the Bernabeu and win, though? That's what it's
Obviously,
gonna
it's not
take.
likely. Obviously, I'm not saying it's likely.
You've
I'm
done
not,
it
I'm,
before,
I'm not that
recent years.
crazy about it.
It's
But
defensive, the issue.
They won there.
Defensive. You score.
the
you
big
score,
thing is,
right?
They've-
we got.
When Phil Foden scored, they didn't win.
We won.
I mean,
no,
I remember Jack Grealish thought he'd scored,
No.
and then Rodrigo went up the other end and knocked him out.
Yeah, that was it.
that was a loss at the Bernabeu as well. But we were winning in the 98th minute.
Yeah.
No, look, the issue is when we lost to Real Madrid at home, which is you have to win that game or draw it. None of the new transfers from the January transfer window started. 170 million pounds worth of talent. Nico Gonzalez is injured, so you can't blame him. But Kuznov on the bench, Victor Rice on the bench, and Mamouche didn't start against Real Madrid. He looked unplayable against Newcastle.
So-
Honestly, when he sold,
How bad were Newcastle defensively that day?
A bit naive.
A big hump from
Bit
Ederson.
naive.
And they get
Yeah.
caught out.
When,
Could be a
Paul
at left
stallion.
back got killed by Slovenia.
When you lot
Killed.
bought Mamouche, I thought Spurs or Man United can win the Europa League. I thought Frankfurt were going to do it.
Really, yeah.
Do you know that Marmouche signing for? Do you know why it's just so good from City? If you're a City fan, you've got to be loving it. It just shows you what they're about. Like, they're not sitting back. They've got probably, certainly most people think, the best striker in world football for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
And they've gone out and they've strengthened a position where they're already strong. Like, nobody's going, why do you need Marmouche? You've got Haaland. It's like, we need both.
Yeah, of course.
That's such a winning
do you think
mentality.
Marmouche can play in the positions where a few of their key players are waning a bit, like the likes of De Bruyne and that. He can play, like, occupy any of those positions. That's why it's so good as well, because it's like signing 2 or 3 players. Because he can, that's a fact.
But ultimately, he's a forward, right? Ultimately, he will be...
He wants to be down the. He doesn't want to be shafted on the left or right.
No,
He
that's what I'm
wants to be
saying.
down the
Forward.
middle.
Yeah,
exactly.
Straight through the middle.
Yeah.
Is there a way where oh no.
Come on.
Terrible ball.
Is there a way where they pay
They actually
Mamouche
just need to
and
control that.
oh, you fucker, son.
Son. Oh, nice feet.
Oi! That's nasty from Xerxes. Not Meg on Bergval.
Mate, he'd be a great five-a-side player.
He'd be great. You can see, you know those cages that they play in Holland, those Johan Cruyff cages. You can see that's where he's done it all. Is it?
Ooh!
Joshua Xerxes.
Yeah, no, that little nutmeg was outrageous.
He's had his week.
Outrageous.
That was embarrassing in front of the cheese room and everything. No, seriously.
Do you know what's funny? The other day, yeah,
Seriously.
you know how he always denies there's a cheese room at Spurs.
Mate.
The other day, you brought it up though.
Yeah, there ain't one.
But you
no,
Buvey's
'cause-
been talking to you about a cheese room so long. You were speaking about Spurs. and you went
yeah,
like,
no, I
we
did.
got a cheese room.
No. And then I had to correct myself, didn't I? I said, no, we haven't
got-
actually got. We actually got.
There is. I've seen it.
Go,
United are
come
in.
on.
Bang. Balloon. That is awful. Garnacho. That's row Z.
That's so bad.
10 yards out.
What has he done
Worst
there?
Mate,
pictures I've ever
that
seen.
is so bad.
I don't mean to be like.
How can you score a
hyperbolic,
bicycle
but
kick from...
So look.
Oh, my God.
What are you doing?
Oh, my God. And he
Why
could have
have you got
cut in
under
as
that?
well. Let the
Look at this.
geezer slide across you.
Hasn't even bobbled.
Oh, my God.
That is awful. You wanted him, Royce. Chelsea wanted him.
Pass that
I feel
low.
like there's potential with him, but
Thank God.
Fucking
Might have to
hell.
reevaluate
How's he
that.
missed that?
that's so bad. Such a good move from United as well. Should be 1-0.
He's like that, and he's a little bit
Unlucky.
Young, innit?
either 100 or 0.
That
He is
is
young.
That
He
is
is young.
youth, though.
He is young,
missing
yeah.
that kind of chance.
There you go. There's the 18-year-old.
I didn't know he wasn't.
Oh, he's done it again, Xerxes.
I thought he's
Yeah.
getting criticised, this geezer.
Because he's never going to score, but he does stuff like that all the time.
Be in a 10 then. Play him in a 10.
Remember when he fucked up Saliba? Did you
Saliba
see
was
that one?
bad.
Yeah.
Double, yeah.
That was nasty. Look at this.
Oh, it's
he's not
so
even trying
bad.
anything. It's
It
in the
wasn't
middle
even a
of the goal.
particularly good first
I
touch,
give
was it?
Danzo
If it
some
went
credit
wide, I
for,
can't
like,
get it. He's trying to
sliding
bend it in,
across,
but
you gotta score there, man.
Do you know if
shit.
if you're going to miss that chance, the only way that you can legitimately miss it is if the keeper pulls something mental
Yeah,
out of the bag.
maybe if it
Yeah.
goes
Maybe a
wide, you're
block.
trying to bend it into the bottom corner. But he's not even. He's
Just
skied it down
totally
the middle of the
totally
net.
misjudged it. Yeah.
We're burying that, aren't we? I'm not, like no gas, no gas. 10 yards out.
I mean,
Not
No
in
one
a
in
football
between.
stadium, but in a,
No, but in that net, you are.
Like the lot.
do you think, genuinely, do you think you're beating Vicario?
Maybe not Vicario. You're getting on target from there.
You,
That's the point.
he's saving it, but I think you're
You
getting
get on target, don't you?
Yeah, I think
Of
you're
course.
getting, I think you're getting on
Not going
target.
close.
I imagine
go
that,
left foot
I imagine
outside
that
of the-
Vicario would just catch our shot, but
Not my shot, but your shot maybe. But outside the boot for me.
I'm pretty
Left
sure
foot.
that Vicario catches both of our shots without too much effort.
Do not lose this. Do not lose this, Bergval. Oh.
It was easy for United, wasn't it? Where's your right back?
Easy.
I think if he was to
Spence? Go on,
explain,
Spence.
explain himself, he'd say like Danzo's slide tackles made him try and go for the top corner. but-
Heung-min Son, Flav, talk to me.
Mate,
Hit
he's
it on
struggling
Is
massively.
it over, or do you feel like there is life in the old
So
dog
if
yet?
I'm being super kind, it's about him playing so many minutes that he's just looks leggy. He's played way more than you'd want him to, but he's 31, not 36. So you should expect.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe it's you starting to move. That's got to be foul.
Do you feel like it's system? Like, could he be used a bit differently?
I didn't.
When's his contract?
We've just activated an extension for a year.
Mate, do you know when obviously we're coming towards
He
the
signed
end
a
of
new
his-
one when
he's-
Kane left, didn't he?
He's coming
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
the end of his Tottenham time.
Yeah.
How will Heung-min Son be remembered at Tottenham? Like, what level are we talking of greatness?
I would say up there with Hoddle.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
look, I mean, more over the. I appreciate the trophy conversation, no doubt coming, but the fact that Kane was angling for a move and Heung-min Son signed a contract in the same summer, to me, it's like that means more than anything because he could have gone anywhere.
Is he in your all-time 11? Spurs 11.
Premier League.
I don't think
Premier League.
if he plays on the left, then Bale's probably ahead of him.
Oh, Bale, yeah.
But do you accommodate him?
But in terms of what they've done for Spurs, though, surely be Son, right? Because longevity.
Son, in terms of who I love, if you like, then
Great
Great
pass
ball,
by
man.
Maddison.
passer.
Son, here we go.
Was that Maddison?
That's a good
Madison's
ball.
pass, yeah.
Oh, they're all over these.
Could Son have kept
Straight
that
at
in?
him, though.
That's a really good move.
Tell's been
Tottenham.
good. I like Tell
Get
a
in
lot.
behind you. Get in behind so easily. So Flav, if you were to do, if you were to ask to do your all-time Premier League, because I know if you start looking at Hoddle and Ardiles and that, but if you go
be
Premier League
creative and put Bale on the
both
right
in.
and then put Son on the left.
and Kane up front,
Yeah.
Or Bale left back.
Sheringham,
Not Sheringham.
not showing.
No,
Wow,
fucking left for Man United. It's a prick.
he wanted to win.
Bale left for Real Madrid.
No, fair enough, but doesn't mean.
Yeah.
So if your wife goes and leaves you for a better looking man,
What
you
about
go,
Kyle
oh,
Walker?
fair enough.
Yeah, but
Go
Kyle
on,
Walker
go-
has to get in your side, doesn't he? Kyle Walker right
What, as the best right back in the Premier League era? Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
But do I respect him as a man? No.
What means more to him?
Yeah, probably all of the trophies.
It's strange seeing him at AC Milan. It's just like he kind of went so quick.
It
Didn't
was
he?
because of all the bird stuff, wasn't it? It's
I
just
know.
he needed out. Didn't the
Yeah.
other one try? One of them tried to follow him. He was like,
Yeah,
got a
was
lawyer
it-
involved.
Yeah.
What, follow him?
Mate,
Yeah, she tried to
Yeah.
get schools and stuff, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You ain't coming."
What?
Yeah.
One of his
Lauren,
many women.
Never,
Lauren.
rocked up to Inter,
tried-
to Milan.
To Milan.
She tried to, but like a lawyer said, you can't go.
There was an amazing.
No, how can you stop
mate,
someone from going to Milan?
Do you know
There must,
what-
like, there's some like a money allowance.
There was
thing.
and she got more to not come.
Right.
Seriously, I was.
Why are you going to follow him over
It's,
there?
do you know what? Now I'm nocturnal. I know everything about like scandal and gossip because I'm just awake. I know it all. Do you know? I was reading about Kyle Walker's life, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
There was 2 children that were being discussed, 2 different children, but they were the same age.
But do it too.
But with different. I was like, are they siblings? And they're like, no, they're not siblings. I was like, hang on a minute, they're identical ages. They have
Will
to
they
be.
hate
Are they
each other or
twins?
love each other as teenagers? Is that friction or is that like?
I think.
Nah,
think
your
the
brothers and sisters,
You make it
just
work.
get
Your
along
brother,
with
yeah,
them.
your brother, you love your
There'll be
brother.
no beef because it's different.
Nah.
You have to.
We're
Unless your mum's really toxic.
That's an EastEnders plotline right there. Someone's done that in EastEnders, sure.
That is an East
Your
End.
mum could be wild toxic. and
Yeah,
be
your
like,
mum might-
Don't chat to them.
Don't chat to
They're
them.
scum.
Don't chat to them. We don't talk to them.
I like
They stole
both.
your daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, do you know? I've got a mate like that. You know, when the private life is just crazy.
That's delicious.
Like, you see, with me, my life's so simple. I've got a wife who I adore. I've got 2 kids. It is what it is. Imagine like just the rigmarole, like the
mate,
headache.
I can't
of-
even cope with
how
a
do you do
normal
that?
life.
Yeah, I know. Like Kyle Walker's spinning all these plates. It's
mate,
amazing.
no.
How are you doing
He has
it?
a personal assistant. That's what it is.
Imagine
He
he's
must
getting
do.
into
Well, do you
bed.
think you have a personal sex assistant?
lay
You text one girl in the morning and one in the evening. It's pretty obvious how you do it. You use a PA in between as well.
You know what you can do now?
Right, player. I don't have a PA.
You know what you can do
Pretty
now?
obvious, isn't it?
You can AI your text replies.
Exactly. ChatGPT.
Well, I love you. I
Like you just reply. It'll reply in your voice.
couldn't think of anything worse than having another
like,
woman.
Like imagine Rory.
I
Imagine,
honestly couldn't think of anything worse.
no, it would be hell. But imagine you getting into bed at like 10 o'clock going, I can relax now. How can you
You
relax?
can't relax.
No.
You're like, hang on, she's gonna phone. She's gonna
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
the other one.
Yeah.
Mate, they all got each other on Instagram. They're gonna chat.
You know when you're making that much money though, I think the women just accept it.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
I saw Neo.
It's like Calm, yeah.
This is another example of my late nights, right? Knowing about celeb gossip. Remember Neo? And I just can't.
Yeah, he's got 3 birds.
He's got 3 wives, and they were all at his gig, and he gave them all a kiss in front of the other.
I saw that video.
You see it? I was like, wow, he really can't pull himself away.
All his music's about cheating.
He
Neo, as
can't
well.
pull himself
Nah,
away.
it's all about
cheating.
It's all about,
It's all about
you
love.
loving
No,
one
it's not.
woman.
It's about loving.
if everyone agrees, then it's all good, isn't it? They don't mind.
has
He's
someone
literally
else
married.
as
He
well.
can't. He's not married legally to all.
No, he's not married to them. But
He's
got 3.
just got like this coexisting relationship with all 3.
He's half
Mate,
Japanese,
sounds
isn't he?
like a
Half
nightmare.
Japanese. I think.
I don't know. I think that sounds alright if someone's just giving you money to exist. And
Do you
just-
reckon?
yeah, fine, man.
I don't get it. But then
Oh, you.
That's all right.
Someone else is doing it.
Come on, Spurs. Come on. Up the pitch, lads. Up the Spurs.
must be a nightmare. It must be
Spurs go marching on. Come
Spurs
on.
go marching
Oh,
on.
it's so shit, man. These guys.
Oh,
man.
he's done it. He just loves a nutmeg. Just was he just loves a nutmeg. That was a pointless nutmeg. He could have just
Spurs.
played it round him.
That's got to be the 4th nutmeg, isn't it?
Also, I like the fact that he does it for no reason as well.
Yeah.
Like he played that through the geezer's legs for no
that
reason
good?
at all.
We all play with Sunday League.
Jed
It's like
Spence
Sunday
is
League.
so
time.
good, boys. Jed Spence is so good.
Yeah, I like Jed Spence.
It's amazing how Conte got that so wrong, isn't it?
Well, to be fair to Ange didn't use him for a long time either. I don't know what it was, his attitude or whatnot. But
David Hayes like that. That's who I was thinking of.
Has David Hay got that?
yeah, he got
birds.
polyamorous birds, didn't he?
Polyamorous? What, many lovers? Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
David
Break down a Latin.
Polyamorous. Is that
he'll
what you
be
could
sat
describe
beside
yourself
you.
as?
Love more than one, isn't it?
I'm a polyamorous man. Could you identify? Is that how
Yeah,
you
you
like?
can be polyamorous.
No, is that how
It's
you
not-
like introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm polyamorous. Can I get this job, please? Your job interview. You get kicked out of the room.
So David Hay has got that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got two beanies.
Polyamorous.
Two what?
Two beanies.
Did you say beanies?
Beanies.
That's old school, man.
Yeah.
Two beanies.
I am 43.
Yeah. Has he got two beanies? How could you have two?
Couldn't deal with two.
And what do? Do you prioritise?
No, I think you just treat them equally.
Cheat on them equally?
With respect.
But one must be better at certain things than the other.
Do you reckon
Sure
they
they
get
are, that's
mad
why he's got
when,
two.
when their polyamorous women start chatting to other fellas? Like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, whoa.
Do you think that's how it works? So do you think
I don't
David
know. I
think it
Hayes'
is.
girlfriends
I think
are
it's
allowed?
one way. I think it's one way.
What, I'm allowed to be polyamorous?
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
That sounds a bit
but
unfair.
also, I am David Hay and you're not. So it's like, what are you?
don't know if that is-
What's their side of the bargain? They get to sleep
Is
with David Hay.
Is that something that is that Hugh?
I think that's what they want.
Is that a
yeah.
good idea?
I think there are a few women that want that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't actually have any dog in the fight here. I don't care. It's not.
Sounds like you love David Hay. Sounds like you.
I don't mind David Hay. to be honest.
Was he underrated as a boxer? He was underrated.
yeah, he's very good
It's about
boxer.
rated.
Also,
yeah.
the
fine.
era,
It's
Smash
Valuev,
Wilder
man.
and
that's
inspiring.
completely different to this era, innit? It was.
Yeah, he was.
So
He
when
was,
he beat
he was
Valuev
easily
in
the best
in
cruiserweight
Stuttgart.
in the world.
Valuev.
He beat Valuev in Stuttgart. didn't
Also,
he?
like,
great
he
fighter.
beats Bellew if he's not broken business.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he's
when
in
he was
his
moaning
palm.
about his toe.
Back then,
Well, he done his Achilles.
Remember that?
He did
I
his
would have beat him
Achilles
up,
as
but
well.
my toe hurt.
Yeah,
I would have battered him.
that's
but my
rule
toe.
one in boxing. You just don't do that.
Yeah, you got, especially not your toe. Say it's something else. Say you broke your hand or something.
He had some incredible. Do you remember what was the fight build up when they started flipping chairs and throwing? Was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
Chisora
Chisora,
head?
yeah. Well,
Chisora's
to be fair,
Chisora's
David A was like
amazing, man.
the-
I wanted him to get beat up the other day.
No, but he loves.
I don't like
know
him.
if there's a boxer in the world.
Foul.
That's ever
Spurs.
is there a boxer ever that has just loved fighting more than David Hay? More than
One of the
Derek
best
Chisora?
fights I've ever
He
been
loves
to.
fighting.
Loves
He
it,
don't
loves
need
it.
to fight.
No, he doesn't.
Was him against Takam, and I was like, "This is the ring, and I'm right here." And they're in the corner. I can just hear all these body shots going in.
Do you not
there.
like him though? Do you want him to lose?
Can't stand him.
What, Chisora?
Yeah.
I thought you'd like him.
Nah.
I like him.
Hope he gets beat up.
He's
We've been asked to rank these Premier League 100 club strikers. Peter Crouch, Jermaine Defoe, Emil Heskey, Darren Bent, Robbie Keane. I already know
Easy.
who's number one.
Should we just start at the bottom? Start at the bottom. I think Darren Bent's at the bottom.
Nah, Peter Crouch at the bottom.
no, you
Crouch is better
crazy.
than Bent, man.
Peter Crouch.
Wait,
at the bottom.
wait,
You
what
can't
are you
say
on
stuff
about?
like this, man.
Darren Bent was a machine.
Darren Bent
Bent
scored
was better than
17.
Charlton and Ipswich.
No,
That's
Bent-
unreal.
Bent-
Darren Bent scored
Darren Bent's better
17
than
goals.
Peter Crouch.
Peter Crouch and Darren Bent were playing at the same time. Peter Crouch led the line for England. Darren Bent didn't.
That's because Peter Crouch was unlike any other striker. He was just a big, tall
Yeah, because he was good.
target.
You can't just say
Crouch.
That's why.
so
Like,
reductionist to who he
Darren
was.
Bent was a
Because he
different
tall.
kind
He
of
was a-
That's not true.
He was just an alternative. England had Owen Rooney, who really Darren Bent was competing.
If Darren
against.
Bent was that good, he would have started
Peter Crouch
alongside
was
them.
there to just come on and
That's not
create
true.
carnage.
Okay,
No, have
let's
you
say
ever
not
heard
England.
Pep-
Peter Crouch was leading the line for Liverpool.
Bent was better than.
Why wasn't Bent at Liverpool?
I don't care. Bent's better than Peter Crouch.
That's the point. That's the video.
So many
Of course
good
you have
players
to care.
haven't played for Liverpool. So what?
No, but
But Crouch earned his move to Liverpool, played for some of the biggest clubs in the world, and also played for Spurs.
Darren Bent's better than.
He's not.
Better than
He's maybe a better finisher. I
Have
think
you not
that's
heard what Pep Guardiola talk about Peter Crouch? I thought it was a joke. He was like literally waxing lyrical about how good he is.
Peter
He's
Crouch was a
touch.
sensational footballer. He really
I don't know if
was.
it's sensational.
He
He
was.
couldn't-
He was. He was leading the line for England and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Of course, he was better than Darren Bent.
Darren Bent was a
He wasn't
Sunderland
better than
le-
Darren Bent.
He was.
Of course, he
No,
was.
he's not
Bent's
in
a
my
Sunderland
list.
legend. Charlton legend.
So what?
Crouch is a.
He was
is
scoring
an
goals
argument-
for these teams. There's a
They
reason
were
he's
so
legend.
they were so
It-
different.
it's
you
like
know.
different.
It's a different
Liverpool
level.
for
It's a
fun.
different level.
It's
though,
like
isn't it?
you-
Scoring hat tricks against Arsenal in front of the Kop.
But he
is a
did
very
it in the
different
Premier
level.
League.
It's a very different level though to do it for Liverpool in the Champions League. Then played in the Champions League.
Darren
final.
Bent's underrated, but he's
Peter
nowhere near
Peter
Crouch.
Crouch played in Athens, didn't he? Came on.
Darren Bent had
Peter-
20 plus goal seasons in the league.
Peter Crouch
So why
played
did
in the
Darren
Champions
Bent
League
go 2
final.
World Cups then? 2 World Cups. That's
I
amazing.
don't care about England, bro.
What do you mean you don't
But
care about England?
whether you support
Go on,
England or not, it's relevant to the conversation.
Is it, and I've just already told you why Peter
I don't
Crouch
care
was
about Robbie
selected
Keane.
and-
I don't care about
and-
Robbie. He plays for the Republic of Ireland.
and Darren
You
Bent
still-
wasn't.
What's that?
Because he was a complete freak. So if you're going to bring Rooney and Owen, you pick someone who's a complete different type of striker to all of them.
I don't agree.
As a plan B, that's what he was.
Freak, man. I don't agree.
What he was? He calls himself a freak.
Nah, man.
We used to do the circus music and that when he would warm up.
Nah, but have you ever seen the documentary where it says it affected him mentally? Like, it's not cool to. I don't think that's fair, man.
Peter
That's
Crouch
not
can
fair.
take a joke, man. Relax.
No, he said that it affected him that kind of language, getting called lanky
All
and
right,
stuff like
I
that. He was far
apologise.
better than that.
But Darren Bent's still
He was
better.
far better than that.
Yeah, I don't think.
To reduce him
Look,
down
you,
to
you had
lanky
Ben, you had
freak.
Ben at Tottenham, Flav.
Yeah, we
And
did.
obviously you had that famous
Yeah,
Harry
Peter
Redknapp.
Crouch as well.
You had that
four.
famous Harry Redknapp comment.
We had 4 of those players. I've even Harry Redknapp has come back and apologised for that comment at the time. It also showed something about Darren Bent's mentality that affected him so badly. It was a bit pathetic, but underrated for if we're saying he shouldn't be in the conversation with Peter Crouch. I don't think, but it was so different. You'd have Darren Bent playing with Peter Crouch. You would rather, we'd rather have a combination of Peter Crouch with Bent and Defoe, or rather than Defoe and Bent. Do you know what I mean?
Rather than like thinking of combinations,
Yeah.
to just try and rank these as we've been asked to do.
I would say in terms of my preference, Crouch was above Bent because he did more for Spurs in the Champions
I'll let
League.
you
as well.
into a secret. I used to always want United to sign Darren Bent. Like when he was at
Yeah.
Charlton, Ipswich, like I wanted United to sign him. And I used to say he was Italian or something. People would be rating him much higher than he was. He was scoring goals on a regular basis in the Premier League.
But
Lots
He's a
of-
great
everything
finisher.
that you just said there is applicable to Crouch, though. Scoring goals regularly in the Premier League.
That's a foul, ref.
Yeah, also a yellow card.
I think no one here is saying Darren Bent's not a fantastic player. I
Better than
love
Crouch.
Darren Bent. but
So
he
in
wasn't
my
better than
list,
Crouch.
Peter Crouch would be bottom.
Okay, fair enough. I'd say Darren Bent's bottom for me.
No,
I think Robbie Keane's bottom on this list.
I think
Robbie Keane was better than Bent.
I know. I think
Robbie Keane's better than Crouch.
I think Robbie Keane was better
What
than
are you?
Bent.
Emil
I
Heskey's
think
the
every
bottom of the
player,
list.
every
Emil
player on
Heskey's
this
bottom of the list.
No.
course he is.
Prime Heskey was
Hold on,
better.
Emil Heskey had a couple of different eras.
What
At
is it?
Leicester City is better than most strikers on this.
Rubbish.
That's
man.
true. That's
And
true.
then-
That's true.
Leicester City was better than all of these.
Has he
And
been
he was
on
at
this
Liverpool.
podcast? Is that what this is about?
No.
Then he's bottom.
I just think it's a bit harsh how he was looked at a little bit towards the back
He was
end.
an
of the
oaf.
season.
He was an
That
oaf.
was-
Kind of
that's true.
treated like a donkey.
He was
but he was a
he
lot
was
more
a
than that.
donkey. He was an oaf. Come on. He was an
So
oaf.
I'm not allowed to call Crouch a freak.
Yeah, but I've not said that.
I don't think oaf stopped
Heskey
him
was a
getting
smart
laid.
footballer, man.
I think
Heskey was a smart footballer, man.
I think Emil Heskey.
no
So
chance.
Wasn't
I'd
a
go-
smart footballer.
He was a smart footballer.
rubbish.
Why did Capello start him in
Jermaine
2010?
Defoe's top of this list.
Why
for
would
me, by the way.
Capello start Heskey? in the
I mean,
2010
why
World
did Sven start him in
Get
Munich?
out.
Like,
Keep up.
Cup?
Right.
He was a smart footballer. He linked up play and stuff like that.
Jermaine
Didn't work.
Defoe's top of this list. We can all agree, right?
Yeah.
Defoe is top of the list.
Yeah.
And then I'd go.
You're going Defoe. You're
Defoe
going
Crouch.
I'd go
Defoe Keane.
Defoe, Robbie Keane.
No, God, Crouch is better than Keane.
Defoe, Robbie Keane. Heskey, Bent,
Good
Crouch.
though, mate.
Defoe, Robbie Keane,
you don't
Heskey,
think-
Bent, Crouch. That's mine.
Given the fact that 4 of those were Spurs, I would go Defoe, Keane,
Keane above Defoe.
Defoe, Keane,
We went Defoe,
Right.
Keane.
Defoe, Keane, Crouch, Bent, Heskey.
At the top or the bottom? Is it going up or down?
Top.
So who's top?
I'm going Defoe,
Mate, what's
Keane, Defoe,
But
Keane.
you usually go bottom up, don't you?
Defoe-
when
All
we're
right,
doing
I'll
these?
do that then. All right, Heskey, Bent, Crouch, Keane, Defoe is mine.
Defoe top, yeah.
I would go Defoe top, Peter Crouch second, Robbie Keane third,
Yeah.
Darren Bent fourth, Emil Heskey bottom.
You look.
I'm going Defoe, Keane, Heskey, Bent, Crouch.
If you watch a compilation of Defoe scoring, it's like hard not to put him at the top. Like it's,
No,
right?
no, Defoe's
there's no
top for me as well.
strikers
Defoe,
doing it.
Defoe scored just he was
unreal,
he was the very
Defoe's
definition of a
outrageous.
bagsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a proper goal.
what a
Another
finish.
player that I wanted United to sign.
Yeah, that makes more sense than the Darren Bent shout.
Oh, damn, Bent was class.
Don't know where.
Is he related to Marcus Bent? No.
No.
Nah.
He was class for Sunderland. He scored for 17 league goals for Sunderland.
Yeah, Sunderland,
His
Ipswich.
most famous moment is
He
bouncing
scored
off
20
a
plus
volleyball.
goals in the league a couple of times, maybe 3.
Yeah, but if you look at the list of players that have
Come and
that
get
are
him,
doing it,
Vicario, you fuck.
doesn't like leaving his line, does he?
No, Kinski would have been all over that like a rash.
And that would have been in the time where only 5 or 6 strikers would have been doing that in a season.
Darren Bent's most famous moment
5
is
or
the
6
volleyball against
getting more
Liverpool.
than 20.
That
It's
is-
loads, mate.
Mate, there was
No, but I mean, if he's one of them and he's playing for teams that are
Yeah, but if you've got
predominantly in the bottom.
if you've got 5 players scoring more than 20, like Nicolas Anelka won a golden boot with 19. If you've got 5 playing,
Berbatov did as well.
yeah, if you've got 5 scoring more than 20, it would
No, but
suggest that the
it's still
league.
You're
is
usually at the bottom for a reason as well. He played for Charlton, he was young, but then he went to Spurs. Then as soon as he went to Spurs, his level reaches peak. He went back down to Sunderland, back down to Aston
Ben
Villa.
scored 24 goals in I just basically said
That's
that.
his most famous moment is the volleyball against Liverpool, against Pepe Reina. That's his
consistently
most famous
scoring
moment.
24 league
Crouch
goals.
scored bicycle kicks in the Champions League. Come on.
I think Son is injured.
Oh, fucking hell.
Unlucky.
That's it. Look, Siri's an animal. Look at
That's a
him.
nasty
An
challenge.
absolute animal.
That's a nasty challenge.
People saying there's beef between you and Darren Bent, your Talk Sport colleague.
I put him fourth, right? I put him fourth on.
Do you know what I was listening to the other day? I don't. Are we allowed to talk about this? But I was listening. I was driving home and like I turned on Talksport and Rory was there. And I was like, see what
Did you
Rory's
turn
up
it
to.
off?
No, never. Ever,
Yeah.
ever. No. I was always
Turn
enjoyed it.
over.
Always
Put
enjoyed
Virgin Radio on.
But it was you and Troy Deeney. And then I was thinking, there was like some issue back? Like you
Troy
said something
Deeney said
about
he has
Troy
more
Deeney.
football knowledge in his little toe than Rory does.
Yeah, that is fair.
That is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah, no, we were on together. It was good. He's great to he's great to work with
Mate,
because he says everything. Like he just talks
Openly.
shoot from the hip. Yeah,
Mate, I
talk
think he's
openly,
great.
gives you such good
he's fun to
insight.
listen
I think it's really good. Really good.
Yeah, no, Deaney's great to work with.
My
Yeah.
builder bet had Casemiro to get booked in it.
Who else you had? You had Porro booked.
One down.
Yeah, Porro booked as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, we still need.
Didn't you win
Bruno to
last
score
You
that.
got to win 3-1 as well.
Didn't your bet win last time?
No, it was
Oh, you're one off.
one off. Yeah, they always get me.
Killer. It's a good result for Spurs so far. 41 minutes, like one or two chances against Vicaria.
Yeah,
about it.
look, it's about what you expect from this
It's
Spurs
not
side.
that open.
No, it's been a pretty game. A lot of pressure. Press has been looked good.
Like if you'd lost today, it would have been massive pressure. Like, do you know what I mean? I
No, I know
think
what you're
Brentford
saying.
eased it a few weeks ago, and I think this would ease it.
I know what you're saying. I just think
Is the-
nothing happens this season. Him get. him
Does the
get
pressure
sacked.
not come from the other competitions more so than the league though? Now,
I think the club.
because the league form it can get worse, but of course, like
Yeah.
I
we
think-
know where they're going to be in the league.
I think the club have just bought in to him now and just realised that this situation's a bit. class from
Outrageous Maddison, man. What a touch from Maddison.
But they've just bought into it. They've just said that this season has been a bit of a write-off. We're going to keep building in the summer and see what he does. And I think if there is a time where Postecoglou gets sacked, it's going to be probably more like October. Wow. Probably more like
If he starts
October
next
next
season.
year. Like if it starts poorly next season, then he's in big trouble. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
interesting.
So you think he'll definitely be Spurs manager in September?
Yeah, I do.
Or-
Unless something absolutely crazy happens, I do think he'll be.
The only way I think that can be is if he does win the Europa League. Like, I just don't see how you can persevere with him if you win nothing and finish 15th, 14th. I just don't.
So there are lots of people, lots of Spurs fans who feel exactly the same way as that, and I appreciate and understand it. I just think there is this. If you believe, so Ali Gold's like the main journalist for Tottenham, and the messaging he's getting from the club is that they understand the situation that we've already talked about, man, and that they're going to back him, and they don't think he's directly responsible for
for a lot of it. I suppose
a lot of it.
In a way, the injuries have done Postecoglou a massive favour.
If
'Cause
he
it's
is no good, then they have, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If he is no good,
Yeah.
they've done him a favour.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people are saying, well, even when you had a decent
squad, you weren't very
last year, we weren't that great. And yeah, that is the one thing I do think about with Postecoglou and think that, I mean, the evidence in terms of points and mass since he come over hasn't been good enough.
What about the idea that he rushes players back anyway? So when they are back to full fitness, he doesn't quite use, like Van de Ven came back way too soon, didn't he?
Against
And
Chelsea.
he's had records at Celtic doing that as
Yeah,
well.
he does. He definitely bakes injuries into his tactics for sure. Yeah, it's hard. You can't really deny that, even if you're a big
So
fan
you'd
of his.
say he rushes players back too soon?
I don't know if he rushes players back, because I think in terms of injuries and how they come back, and there's wider issues with our sporting department. I don't know if you've seen, but we've advertised for a whole new on LinkedIn.
Really?
of all
Yeah,
places, yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, so there's issues with that. But he said when he was at Celtic that we bake in injuries into our tactics because of the way he gets them to play. Is that the right thing? Probably not.
In Premier League, it's Celtic, you can get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. He can. With the Premier League, it's
Premier
different.
League, you
It's a
cannot get away with that.
No, I think he is learning that. I think he's learning that.
Someone's asked us for N. Simon says, I'm from Bermuda. Can you do a CONCACAF Prem 11 of all time? So you're looking at like Dwight York would be up top with Dion Burton.
Sean Goethe.
Can the answer just be no?
Tim Howard. I mean, it can be. The super
I might struggle. Super
got to
chat, is
read
it?
it out. Yeah.
Pong, it's a good question.
I don't
It'd be
actually.
Shaka Hislop, Tim Howard, those kind of goalkeepers.
The best keeper from the Americas, basically.
In the Americas.
So it's America, Trinidad, Jamaica,
Mexico.
All right.
all those.
Should we chuck some in? We've got Paul Dempsey.
Are Mexico in that one?
Paul Dempsey.
I think Mexico and CONCACAF, yeah.
Clint Dempsey.
Let's do it in goal. I'd say Brad Friedel's the best American keeper. Unless there's anyone from...
Timmy Tourette's. Tim Howard.
Tim Howard. What about
never heard that
Pulisic?
Pulisic.
Wait, go from goalie, though, surely. Goalie... Yeah, the best
Dion
goalie.
Burton's up top with Dwight York.
I tell you, you got Alphonso Davies.
Mikel Antonio could also play for this team.
Does Jamaica count?
Does Canada count?
Canada counts. Did you say Alphonso Davies? Never played in the Premier
No,
League.
he's not playing in the Prem.
Oh, is it?
But Junior Hoylett has. Junior Hoylett.
Oh, let's make this more
Let's get a
difficult.
Canadian
All
in
right.
there. Junior Hoylett.
Javier
On the left.
Hernandez.
All right, Raul Jimenez, number 9.
No, yeah.
Javier Hernandez.
Chikorita.
But I
No.
can't leave out Dion Burton, man.
Any centre backs?
Robbie L.
Yes. Wes Morgan. Play for Jamaica.
Yeah, Wes
didn't he?
Won Premier League.
Yeah.
Jonathan Spector.
Andre Gray.
No.
Anthony Robinson's another one.
Yeah, I'd have him at left back.
Yeah.
Claudio Reyna for
I'd
Man
definitely have
City.
him left back, actually. I think he's class.
Do you want Brian McBride up top?
It's just American.
Not over Jimenez, no.
There must be some from.
Who's the greatest American player of all time?
It's Landon Donovan.
Is it?
Yeah, it must be Landon Donovan. Came to Everton,
Not
didn't he?
Freddie Adu.
What, do you mean Pulisic? It's got to be Pulisic.
I think they rate him.
Just at the
higher.
clubs that he's played for.
Yeah. But Donovan was at Bayern Munich as well. Big
Yeah,
club.
Brad Friedel's definitely in goal, isn't it?
Any other random islands around there or Mexico or anything? What are the other countries?
Half time, by the way.
Trinidad and
Tottenham
Tobago.
won Manchester United
Trinidad.
0.
So we got obviously Dwight York.
It's been Spurs' goal was pretty good, but I mean it's been a reasonable half. Man United have had their chances. Spurs have had a couple more.
I agree.
Should be 1-1 really.
Yeah.
Given Garnacho's chance.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd say that I'd probably overall that would be fair.
It's proper mid off though, isn't it?
It's mid off,
Two
yeah.
teams just
You can see we're sort of really sort of on knife edge here, aren't we?
Yeah.
What do you think of it? Like, it's not bad having a seat. I know we all hate it and they're being down, but like there's no pressure. We can just sort of.
So when we lost all the players over the last couple of days to injury, I didn't care about today.
Yeah,
My thought was, fuck, Europa League's fuck.
but for your mental health, that's not bad, is it?
It's not bad at all. But I do enjoy. You know what I get jealous of? You know, just people in title races and that.
Do you? Yeah.
I miss that feeling of.
I reckon
You know,
finishing 12th
even that
is all right.
disappointing feeling of, you know, when you win a game and then you're looking for someone to drop points and they don't, and you're like, oh, I even miss that whole
I'm kind of from
drama. I love that drama of a title race.
I'm in the mind spaces like.
Remember, I haven't been in one for 12 years.
No, I mean I haven't
Even
been.
that wasn't a good title race. Your last one wasn't. Because City was just shit.
Yeah.
But
But
that's
it was
good
good
one.
to.
The
you just wanna
Aguero
win.
I have
Yeah,
never
the Aguero-
I've never been in one. I don't know what it's like.
Although we drew 3-3 with Everton a couple of years back under Solskjaer. And if we won that day, we would have gone top of the league.
You have been
wanna-
in one. You were in one for 10 games at the beginning of last season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was stressful. I hated it.
You've been top at Christmas a few times.
And Mourinho.
Nuno.
Mourinho.
Was it Nuno when you
Mourinho.
were top for a bit?
No, Nuno, we got sacked after
Yeah,
night.
it was Mourinho with Bale when Bale came back.
Mourinho, we were top of the league for 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was when Bale came back, wasn't it? It was your front line
November.
was Son, Kane, Bale.
Was it
Yeah,
Spurs
but Bale
and
weren't
Everton?
doing much.
Everton was second.
That's their
wasn't
all-time.
it? That-
Yeah,
that-
James Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That's mad that. You said that's your all-time Spurs 11 Premier League era. Son, Bale, Kane. And you had that as your front three for a while.
Yeah, but it was a Kane. It was a
No, yeah,
Bale
yeah,
that was.
back end.
But yeah, no, don't. It was during lockdown, so
yeah.
you didn't get to see it. One of the greatest shames is not having him back to watch.
He had a
with,
good. That loan spell underrated. You look at his goal catalogue in his second spot's Tottenham.
It
Bale.
is. It was like the peak of flat
What's the
track
one where he
bullying.
takes it past 3 people in the box?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there
like-
was one. There was one
Was
where
it
he
against
scored.
City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it against Man City? He scored one against Man City anyway. One of the last games of the season.
But anyone decent, he was absolutely terrible. Like
There's
that.
a
Really,
man,
yeah.
Gareth Bale. It's such an interesting bloke because he totally just decided to prioritise his life and what he wanted to do over anything.
over football, yeah.
Over literally anything. Like he loved playing golf. He decided to effectively become a golfer.
Over
He didn't-
Real Madrid.
He didn't care about Real Madrid. He didn't care about the perception. He did some amazing things for that club, and I think his legacy has been tired. Like Madrid fans will have to correct me, but by the end, I don't.
Who's
think
going
they
to
were
listen to a Real Madrid fan
No,
about
but
anything?
by the end, I don't
When-
think Real Madrid fans were particularly enthused.
No, fair play. But whenever you if you wanted to have a conversation with another football fan, the last club you'd go and search for is a Real Madrid fan.
But I do find their
What do
approach-
they know about anything? What do they know about
They know
following
They know a fair bit about winning European.
They know nothing about following a normal football club. They don't know nothing about normal football.
Do you know what it's like to follow a normal football club? With all due respect,
Of course I do.
you got
No.
you got $1 billion stadium in the heart of Tottenham. That's not a normal football.
Well, hang on. That's like
It's
saying
not, with all
you've
due
only
respect.
you're only a Man City fan because of all the money and the success. You remember when you were
I'm
shit.
not saying you're not. I'm not debating if you're a Spurs. Obviously, I know Spurs are a little bit less in terms of
I
Man United,
understand what is
Liverpool,
a normal football club.
But a normal football club is Oxford United.
Yeah,
Cardiff City.
I went to QPR this season. And it was brilliant. I loved it.
No, also I think
Tottenham's a very
I
well-off
think-
club.
Yeah,
But there is. Do you know what I find quite annoying sometimes? You know this myth that you only really understand football if you support a lower league team. Like I find that quite annoying.
No,
like it's
gas.
the sneeriness. Like people think that the sneeriness exists from the Premier League
ways.
looking down, but
Yeah.
the sneeriness looking up. Like a lot of my mates QPR fans,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, you lot, you don't know what it's like to." Oh, hang on a minute. I've gone away to Barnsley and been knocked out of the cup, just like
You do because you remember Chelsea before Abramovich, but anyone who supports Chelsea and they've only experienced the Abramovich era isn't really worth talking to.
I don't think that's true though, because
when,
those people still
when it comes to grassroots football.
But those people still have experience. I find the sneeriness of saying Premier League fans don't really know they're born quite annoying. Like when lower league, like,
when
if you're a
you're
Bristol
looking-
City fan, if you're a QPR fan, if you're a Carlisle fan, you're like, oh yeah, you cunts in the Premier League. It's like, no, the people in the Premier League are also legitimate football fans who follow their team through thick and thin.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
But there's more gas fans on Twitter. There's more Chelsea fans on Twitter with anonymous profiles who've got 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
That chat absolute shit.
I think.
what I mean?
What I think you should never do, and this is applicable to any club, is gauge your understanding of the team
by Twitter.
via social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's unbelievable. Like some of the accounts.
There were City
like, talking
accounts
about
saying
Chelsea-
Guardiola should be sacked. City accounts
Yeah.
saying that.
Mate, there are
Yeah,
Chelsea accounts with huge following. Huge.
You do hear social media narratives leaking into
Real.
stands now. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do find that. I remember, and it's not just like I remember being in America once and Maguire got booed, and I know that's just America, but
No,
then
that's America.
Where was recently? Who got Joshua Zirkzee got booed at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
Like a couple of years back, I remember being proud of the fact Man United had never booed any of our own players or managers or anything, and now it's almost like a common occurrence among.
Talking about like things that have happened online and supporter movements and stuff and mood. I don't know if you boys have seen this change of a Tottenham march on Spurs earlier on today. Yeah, probably about 3,000 or 4,000 Spurs fans have got together for the first time I've ever seen us that active.
It's good. It's a lot.
Whatever.
It's this active. We're generally quite a passive fan base and just sort of pay the money, go and moan and just go home.
Can I ask you a question there? Sorry if this
But
is a
it's
stupid
the whole
question.
point, just for people that don't know what it
Yeah,
is, Change of Tottenham's like a movement about trying to adjust the way Daniel Levy operates at the football
Is
club.
it down to the fact they're bad sign? It's because it can't be about investment. It
No.
can't just be you're not investing enough because you spent a lot of money.
A lot
It's about his strategy.
So, people will obviously look towards the amount of money and the spend. And it's much more complex than that. It's about if you want to look in terms of money, it's essentially about wage spend. So we had a 30 million wage cut in the summer. We don't pay the wages of the teams we're trying to compete with, and we're never in the conversation to buy class players. There's no world, not class players, but players like I'll use this example over and over
Maddison's
again.
as good as it's going to get, rather than.
Yeah, and by what you were saying earlier, Maddison perhaps isn't going to get us where we need to go. That's not to take anything away from his performance today and all that sort of stuff. But we're not. We don't operate in the same player pool when trying to buy players as someone like Arsenal. Now you might say, well, Arsenal historically, won more and they're a different type of football club. Maybe that is the case, but they don't earn more money than us.
So what's your highest earner? Son?
We've only got 3 players. We've got 3 players over 100,000.
Right.
That's crazy, right? We've got no one over 200.
But I'm not trying to wind you up. It's like, but you still
it's
got
fine, it's fine.
fantastic players that are on. You sign the player, a bit like Liverpool do a very similar thing. It's not like there aren't many clubs in the Premier League that go out and sign. Haaland came in ready to go. It doesn't happen even at City.
So-
Like City have signed Porto's midfielder. City have signed a guy from Lens.
Tottenham should be signing.
Tottenham's just got Bayern Munich's winger option to buy. You've got Nottingham Forest best winger in Brennan Johnson. You've got Solanke from Bournemouth. Like you're still plucking some of the best talent in world football.
No,
we're not.
that's
We're
not
On the
right.
precipice of coming, on the precipice
But
of being
it's
at
all,
that
We're
it's
buying
all potential and young,
potential
isn't it? They're all
with-
potential.
Porro
But
and
they're potential.
You-
Like,
so-
But Man City doing the same
but the
thing.
point, Man City did the same thing.
Plus
But they also signed like proven, ready to go players.
Not as many.
City dine at
Not
a
as
different
many.
table
Okay.
to Spurs. Sorry.
Mate, the point he's
Everyone
making
does.
here is fair, I think.
Everyone does.
When you buy when Tottenham buy players, the ceiling, however good you think he is, the ceiling is James Maddison is like as good as it's going to get. They should actually be buying
And
statement,
and we
brilliant, proven.
And Maddison was bought off an opportunity. It was because he's a relegated side. He's available for a release fee, and we
like, when Arsenal went to sign Declan Rice, that was like the proven player.
That's the key.
Tottenham had
Like,
never linked with a player like
that's
that.
the key, right? So Declan Rice was never going to come to Spurs.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, I understand. But Declan Rice is never going to come to Spurs. But if you take that talent and put it into another player, and he had no affiliation or no prior feelings about Tottenham as a West Ham player, Arsenal are looking at a player at that level, and that makes sense. Tottenham look at him, and it don't make sense, and that's the problem. We're never going to operate in a way, with Daniel Levy in charge, in a way that means that we're going to sign players that mean Tottenham can be in the title race.
Your successful period under Poch, right? That was based off similar recruitment, buying good young players.
But it
No,
worked.
I mean,
like sometimes things can come together, and the perfect storm arises. They produced a player like Harry Kane. Harry Kane came through. So the one genuinely world class player that they had came through the youth ranks.
But they had a lot of like the Alderweireld's, the Vertonghen's, Ericsson.
Yeah.
Like you were plucking players from Ajax, like really good talent,
No,
right?
it's the same. You're right. It was the same process. But we did have Harry Kane, who is the best player we've ever had at the football club, right? So you had that, and then you had pre-existing players like Ericsson and Son, who were both suddenly.
And then a Gem Dele Ali. It worked with Ali.
And then you had a manager who could make it all gel. Like Pochettino, all of those things were a perfect team. When people who are critical of Daniel Levy will say he got lucky.
So you're saying you want more experienced signings in the 28, 29-year-old category, ready to go right now? Is that the issue?
I want him to operate in a way that means that success is the first thing he thinks about when he runs our football club, like other teams do, like Manchester City do. Like
not us.
But with all due
Don't say us.
respect,
Like we used to.
Whether you get it right or wrong is
No,
not
not
relevant,
anymore.
right?
you're
Not
not going to compete with those. Like with all due, I'm not trying to.
Why not?
That's the
Why
point.
not?
The reason not is because of the wages. Is the
If
point
I'm
is
player
making.
X and United come in for me, let's say United haven't won anything for years, still a huge club.
course.
Chelsea,
They're gonna
Man
choose
City,
something
Liverpool, and
last year.
Arsenal all ahead of you.
Right, yeah, but
It's not your fault. It's just you haven't won anything in a long time. So it's not your fault.
No,
It's not about that.
But they could compensate by paying wages.
But I'm not. I think I'm looking at it optimistically. You've gone the next rung down is getting the top tier on the precipice of being top fantastic. You've got two fullbacks, a young keeper in Vicari. You've got the centre backs Van de Ven, fantastic talent.
Yeah, but
I think he's doing almost as much he can with Spurs.
no, look, I think
You're never signing Declan Rice, even if you bid 125 million.
No, not now, obviously you're not. But you've got to move towards a world where that might be possible. Otherwise, what's the point?
But Liverpool do the same thing. They had to get, Diaz wasn't a proven player. Jota came from Wolves. Salah came from Roma.
A great example of what they did.
They
Was,
also went to sign Van Dijk, didn't they?
that's
He
exactly
came
what I was
from
about to say.
Southampton.
Yeah, but
70 million.
70 million
Best
pounds,
defender in the league.
and they bought Alisson in that same window. And you're like, well, that's a team that sort of know what's going on and know what they're doing. And it's just, and ultimately, if you look at it, of a club the size of Spurs, who claim to be a part of the Big Six, who generate money that means they legitimately are in that Big Six, if that's important, have won one League Cup in 25 years. When all of you lot have had an abundance.
It's when you had
one
Poch in a
trophy.
position. Sorry, we'll go on.
I was just going to say it's one trait in the whole of the Daniel Levy. Even if, Booth, let's say that your theory is correct here. Tottenham have won one trophy,
a League Cup, no less.
a League Cup under Levy. So even if your theory is correct that he's doing as good as he can do, the trophy tally proves that he's not.
Look, Flav's right. He knows
And,
the club
and do you know
inside
the
out. I'm just saying
season?
that.
Do you know the season where I think it's really stark?
What you're saying is the argument, though.
Like to prove it the other way. No. I think a lot of people agree with you.
Yeah,
Boo. I think in fact I disagree with you, and I think Flav does. But the majority of people I think agree with you. People that don't support Tottenham agree with you.
Yeah.
But the point where I think it really is apparent, where there is no conjecture, Pochettino, by hook or by crook, got that team to a Champions League final. The summer after that, they didn't sign a player. Literally not any improvement. No.
That's on Levy. That's where you're spot on.
Just to give some context to that, though, but when we didn't sign a player, the reasoning was the stadium and Brexit at that time. So the stadium cost £1 billion. They were saying, look, there's no money for transfers. However, Levy did say that the stadium wouldn't affect transfer policy and that money's ring-fenced. And then we didn't see anything of it. And then there's no information as to why we didn't sign players. So whatever the truth is, we never knew it. And then people are naturally going to act negatively around it. So
it's weird as well because the manager that you have backed in the transfer market that kind of conforms to what Buvey's saying is Postecoglou.
Yeah.
Postecoglou has been given money.
yeah,
And I feel like you've given money. If you're going to give money to somebody, Pochettino proved himself and proved that he deserved money.
definitely.
If you're going to give money to anyone, give it to Mourinho. The track record is there.
Yeah, so you see our window for Mourinho. I can't remember. Bale was an outlier, but he was old and tired. We signed. I can't remember. It was Doherty on the right hand side. I can't remember the players, but they weren't
if you're
good enough.
If you're going to give anyone money,
It's Conte
it
and
might as
it's
well
Conte
be
and
Mourinho,
Mourinho.
mightn't it?
Or Conte,
or Pochettino off the back of what he proved.
And this is it. So if we're stepping away from what we understand Spurs to be, which is 4 or 5 really good years and positive years under Pochettino, and then saying, all right, we're going to do the Jose Mourinho route or Conte route, but we're not going to back them or give them what they need, then the buck has to come back to Daniel Levy. And it's just this consistent number
What's
of...
he lacking in the squad then, out of interest? Like, what is it, the keeper? Or what is it?
Well, the average age of our squad is like 22,
There's
20.
too many young players
23.
that are on the fringes of being top level
So
talents. Is Solanke an issue for you?
Not at all. But the priority was buying these young players who aren't quite ready yet. And that's fine as long as there is a significant upgrade of the squad with first team ready players, and it wasn't there. That's what it is.
Does Tell get you closer in terms of like he's a potential? I
He's
know he's young, but
he's 19
he's
years
a Bayern
old.
Munich. He's a talent for Bayern.
If
Yeah,
he
for
does
sure.
well, he's not at Spurs next season.
Do you
No,
think, do you
that's
think
not
this,
true.
Do you
Option.
think this protest?
He doesn't want to be at
Flav,
Spurs.
do you think this protest? So after the match today,
He loves it. Do you know what you just said? You'll love this. He reckons that Mattistell just doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want to be at
He
Spurs.
didn't have to sign for Spurs. He could have stayed.
He
at Bayern
rejected
Munich.
it first. You remember that?
But
He didn't
But-
reject
yeah.
it. He was just listening to offers. He loves it.
He
Don't
did
worry.
actually reject you. Yeah, I
He
remember.
didn't reject it.
He was
See, this
going,
is the
I
nonsense.
swear United
So
are going to come in for
wait,
me at
hang
some
on
point.
a second. Do you three realise you're influential and people believe the shit that you
We're
lot
not
say?
influential.
I'm not. I don't influence
They
anyone.
More
believe the
fool
shit
them,
you say. Yeah, more for them because he was just listening to others. He didn't reject Tottenham.
do you?
Yeah, he didn't reject Tottenham, but Tottenham at the bottom of the list.
Well, he signed for us. How can we really put him on the list? Well, you're winding me up, and I'm not even like. You're not even trying, and it's winding me up. Go on.
This protest today, do you think it's going to have any impact?
Nah,
Like there's a sit-in, isn't there? Like the out in the
Probably-
in that main
sit-ins are
end.
class
Probably not. I mean, is he going to sell? Is he going to leave the football club? No, there's just too much money of it, and he owns 30% of it, along with his family.
There was some talk about potential
Qatari
someone
coming.
kind of coming in and buying a percentage. Is that still the case?
I don't know, man. Maybe he isn't going to leave, but could he adjust the way he operates based on these protests? He has to know that they're there. This is a growing sentiment that he doesn't want. He doesn't want to go to a stadium and hear these chants against him.
Do you think that's true?
So he may operate. in a different way.
I wonder if that's true because obviously Chelsea are having a similar thing going on at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sound really defeatist here, but I just think these billionaires don't give a like. Does he realistically care? He's going to be in a chauffeur-driven car back to Totteridge, and he will not care that they're just sitting. He'll barely know about
They
it.
see the ground full as well.
Where's Totteridge?
And I said,
Where's that?
Totteridge, like Mill Hill, northwest London, like northwest of London.
Totteridge.
Totteridge, yeah, or like end of the Northern Line towards Barnet, and that's where Levy is. It's where Mike Ashley lives as well.
Yeah.
But he won't
Totteridge.
care. I hope I'm wrong here, but I just don't think that they'll care.
that was a foul.
VAR, I can look at that. He's elbowed him in the face.
Elbowed him.
Oh, come on.
Grow up.
That's a red card.
Grow up.
Red card.
Come on, man. You're 1-0 up. Come on.
He
Game's
deserved
gone.
it.
Game's gone.
Game's gone. Game is gone. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. And on some level, I hope that Tottenham have some success with their protest.
I think that the
All football fans are protesting.
thing that would suit everybody would be if.
Good ball.
Maguire just wins
Lord.
everything. That's Maddison's header, right? Flicking it on in his own area.
If we get new investment, new owners come in, it'll be a similar model to what's happened at United, I think.
Yeah, because you do have the potential there, Tottenham. Now the ground's built and the NFL link and whatever else. Like I'm not mocking. It does feel like the right investment and the right approach could change everything for the club.
Yeah. If they're right, if you're coming in and prioritise football and transfer spending, then we have every chance.
It's just.
It's just his. Look, and to be honest, like we've got this buffer of something like 200 million for PSR, right? So we could spend around 200 million without having any issue with PSR.
Yeah.
But we don't have 200 million pound in cash.
But
No, but you do because Joe Lewis does.
Joe Lewis is like he's not even a part of the football club anymore.
What?
His family, the Lewis family are, but he is.
Okay, Lewis.
Yeah, but no, the Spurs are one part of a massive portfolio of business. They're not interested in the running. Daniel Levy is the decision maker,
Right.
and he doesn't.
And I
have
suppose from
two-
their perspective, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, they're ecstatic.
From their perspective, he's doing a fantastic job. The stadium's full. They're playing in Europe.
We're generating
What do they
500.
want, Rory? Be honest. What do they want? These lads?
Trophies. So who? Tottenham fans?
The protesters today. If you offered them a £60 million fancy new striker, they'd stop protesting.
I think they're
heartbeat.
legitimate, and you know that I have a hostility towards Tottenham, but their fans are legitimate to say that in 30 years of ENIC, they've won one League Cup. Like that is
that's
bonkers.
it.
So what do they?
Like,
what
because
do
the
they want?
generation,
We
because
want
Buvey as
the-
well, the generation before that, Chaz and Dave and all that,
I know they're a
they
big
were a
club, of
cup
course,
team.
of
They
course.
were like a team that perennially won silverware. When the year ends in one. Remember when they used to sing about that? They used to sing that.
They were tunes. They were
genuinely used to
bangers,
sing
those.
that
They were
when
bangers.
the year ends in one.
Yeah.
Was that
Lucky for
Spurs fan?
Spurs when the year ends in one.
There you go.
We first
They
won the
basically
cup
win the
when
league.
the century
They did
began.
Snooker Loopy, yeah?
Banger, mate.
Yeah.
Snooker Loopy.
I don't.
That
did
Chaz
we?
and Dave as well, yeah?
Yeah. I don't think it was.
I couldn't believe that
Spurs
Chaz and Dave. I texted you about it.
Yeah, that-
Chaz
what
and
was
Dave. Chaz and Dave did the,
Du-du-dun.
the Slim Shady.
song.
Yeah.
Well, that was a sample.
Hi
wasn't it?
kids, do you like violence?
Yeah.
Chaz and Dave are on the. yeah.
Bangers, galore.
You're
You're asking what they want. We want we want the team and the football club to be first and foremost on the agenda. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's a fair.
And that's a fair thing to ask.
It's
I
a fair
think you
thing to
also
ask for.
find that fans nowadays, no matter whether you support Spurs, Man United, or Fulham, you're paying such ridiculous ticket prices that you go in. If I'm paying this nonsense, then you got to entertain me or give me a trophy or something.
I forgot to even fucking mention that.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
you
Paid so much money for tickets. It's
And
like
it's so unnecessary as well.
I paid a third of this when United
And
won.
it's so the thing
won
is as well,
double.
it's so unnecessary. Like it's changed the amount of money from tickets. It's genuinely changed down the back of the sofa for football clubs.
What's the game today? If you want to go now, decent seat today, what is it?
Yeah,
for
it's
you?
a catty. It's like you're talking 80, 90 quid. And but season tickets like you some
But
one
what they'll do
season
as well, Booth, they'll
season
push you
tickets
into
bad.
they'll push you into corporate.
The
They'll
2000
push you. They'll go. Oh, there's none of those tickets. The price that Flav just said, but you can have a ticket for 1,900 quid.
Yeah.
They'll push you in. That's what
Well,
happens at
there's-
Chelsea.
There's
Crazy.
a season ticket that costs 2,200 quid inside the stadium.
There's the thing at Chelsea. You know, like on the board at Stamford Bridge, it will always go next fixture, whoever sold out. Now it will always say sold out. Apart from corporate
Hospitality available.
Have you seen the tickets for the World Cup got announced?
Mate, have you seen the tickets for
group
the
stage tickets.
Have you seen the tickets for the Club World
Club
Cup?
World Cup or the World Cup?
I think it's
you
the
talking
World
about?
Cup.
When's the Club World Cup?
Club World Cup's in the summer. We're playing like my mates have booked going to New York. We're playing in Philadelphia, but staying in New York.
Is it where the
And I was
base
looking.
cost is $1,900? The minimum cost is
Mate,
$1,900.
my mate sent me an option to buy the ticket, and
What-
I was
hang on
like,
a
I do
second.
want to go.
What is this? What are we
So
talking
you know the
I
Club
thought
World
it's
Cup.
in January.
No, the Club World Cup has changed. It's Chelsea are in it now. We're not even in the Champions League.
What
The
is it then?
baseline ticket. It's the Club World Cup. You're in it if you've won. It's
Won the
done on
Champions
like a. It's done on a. What do they call it? Kind of cumulative contribution.
I like the
They call
coefficient.
coefficient.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Coefficient.
Oh, so you don't have to win anything. You just
You have to have won, but you don't have to.
but
have
previously.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
So we're in it. Like my mate sent me a form going, "Do you want this ticket?" And it was like 500 quid.
No.
It was like
So the final, if you get to the
Mate,
final,
you know,
it's
like
£2,000 for the lower
if you get
tier.
to the final, but that will be
Not
for a seat in the
pre-season
gods.
tickets are the same.
No,
by the
lower
way.
tier is 2,000.
Pre-season
Yeah, but
tickets are like
no,
$200-300.
it'll
And
be
then
for
upper
standard
tier,
seats.
I'm just reading what it says on your website.
It will
and
be
then
for like standard seats. You know, if I'm going to spend $2,500 on a ticket,
Yeah.
the least it could do is offer me
They
a
announced
pint.
the World Cup. That's what I was looking at. The World Cup tickets, group stage. You don't know who it is. Could be Austria versus.
That's the game, Philadelphia. That's
anyone.
the game that
The
people
World Cup 2026. The minimum price for the stadium in Miami is 1,900 quid.
In Miami.
minimum that you can already buy the tickets for the final.
But we don't even know who's playing. Oh,
No,
for
exactly.
the final.
It
The
could be-
final
it could
was
be
taking
Austria versus Senegal. Could be just a random group game.
But you see, this is
1,900
the
quid.
problem with the Club World Cup, because as much as people are going, I don't know, Chelsea could end up playing Real Madrid and it'll end up being like a big affair. It will be at various points. It will be like, I don't know, Al Nassr versus
Slavia Prague or something.
Yeah.
Well, not maybe not them, but yeah.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not going to all sell out.
How many English clubs are there?
City there.
Chelsea, City and
Liverpool,
And is
Arsenal,
this
sure.
essentially going to be the pre-season they've got?
just
Oh,
Chelsea,
Chelsea.
City, Liverpool not there.
That was really good by Jed
It's going to be quite funny if
He's
Liverpool
must-
don't get
he's actually
invited
must-
and win the Champions League
I
this
think it's
year.
an argument City don't take any first team players.
So can I ask,
in
is that
protest.
your pre-season? then?
Yeah,
The Club
exactly. Is that
World
what you'll be a
Cup?
pre-season?
Well, the thing is, it's effectively going to mean that next season everyone's going to be knackered on arrival.
But are
And
you
how
sure
much-
they're not using that as their
I
pre-season?
mean, they
Yeah, they
might
would,
use it as a pre-season, but equally, it's a competitive
And what-
trophy that you want to win. We're the holders of it. Well, not holders, but we won it in What, 3 years ago we won it? 3 years ago
what's
I'd
the
love to win it
financial?
again.
What's the, what's the windfall you get from playing in it?
I don't know about the
Significant.
money.
No, they can't
Do you
even
see
sell
it
the
as
rights.
silverware?
They can't
Do
sell the
you
rights.
see it as silverware?
No, I don't even know when it is. I don't.
It's quite interesting, the mentality
No, it's
in this
definitely
country.
silverware.
What elsewhere?
World
people-
champions.
Oh,
yeah.
mate, I went. You know
World
when
champions of what? You're playing for
you know when I went to,
Indonesia.
you know when I went to Japan? You know when I
But
went
you're
to
playing for
Japan?
Flamengo.
Mate, we lost to Corinthians in the
Yeah,
final.
that's solid, bro.
Mate, we lost to Corinthians in the final, and
He's on.
and they must have had
He's on. Porro set them on,
35,000.
He's on. United are in.
Come on, mate, please score.
I think Porro.
You did look on to me. I don't know
Useless.
what's
That
going
was
on with
on.
these linos, man. It's so marginal, and they're just putting their flags up.
We let it run, didn't you?
Let's have a look. It's better that he makes a decision than not, though.
He's on side.
He's miles on.
Look, your man over here is keeping him on.
I thought he was on.
So he's
Yes.
he's got it
so
wrong.
deep.
He's got it wrong, the
Who's that
linesman.
playing him on?
It's
Poor.
wrong. Like, imagine we
Alright.
score from, or like he
Irony
could
that
score and he gets
he-
pulled back.
Because he spends so much time forward.
He's usually the other
Yeah,
way.
it's
You get 50 million quid. I heard they can't even sell the rights. They can't even sell the TV rights.
It's ridiculous. And they shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, the
winners get
team are going to take it
100
seriously.
mil. We should go for that.
Yeah.
Mate, it will just be based off ticket price.
We can get a new signing. We can get a new signing.
How are they
Oh,
generating
mate,
that
don't.
much money?
New Jack Grealish, 100 mil. Come on.
I mean, you know when you're saying about the TV deals, Booth, do you mean for this country?
I've
They're
heard they're
presumably
struggling
there's
to-
one like
to sell it in
worldwide
Europe.
TV in Europe, right?
Yeah, they're struggling to get what they want for it as well. Like the bidding for
They're
it.
probably
really
just being
bad.
greedy though. It'll be like Chelsea with a sponsor. Like, you know how we
Yeah.
couldn't get a shirt sponsor. It's not that we can't get a shirt sponsor.
Yeah,
it's that we're greedy.
what's going on? What
Just they want too much money.
really? You've had a different sleeve sponsor every 6 months as well.
Yeah,
So
no,
that-
it's very weird. The company that ended up sponsoring us as well had 6 employees. Sponsored 40 million quid or something. Like,
Some of them
called
PPE
Athlete.
deals, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Some office. In
That's on
Hackney
DAZN.
somewhere.
Wow.
Empty.
the zone is so spenny, isn't there? It's just-
Every game for free.
Showing every game.
Wow.
They show the Saudi
think-
Prem as well,
See,
don't
the
they?
thing is, I would want to win that. Like, I'm quite sneery about the conference
I
league.
do now. 100 million
But I
quid.
kind of no, not for the money.
big
bro.
money.
Vicario.
Stop talking about money.
Why?
Football.
It's like
Silverware,
prize fighting.
silverware,
It's like prize
silverware.
fighting. Prize fight.
Stop
City already
thinking
won the
about
Club World
money.
Cup.
Stop talking. You didn't want to win it, and now the 100 million you
No,
do.
City already won it, mate.
No, exactly.
More recent than
Exactly,
you.
but it's silverware, not for the
I'm talking
money.
about the money now. Fuck
No.
it. Why not? It's all about PSR now. We live in a financial world, Roars. Wake
Stop
up.
it.
It's all about PSR. Got to balance the books, Roars.
It's true though. Easy.
All
The £100
fans
million
now have to balance the books.
changes your sum.
We have to balance the books on
I hate
our
that we all
videos.
think this way.
I'm
but we
not
have
thinking
to.
this way.
have to.
Booby
No,
keeps talking
I'm
about the
even
money.
starting
I'm
to
training
believe
for my
that.
when
That's the only way you can think about
You
it.
have
That's
to.
football
It's all
now.
PSR,
Someone
Roars.
asked me my opinion on Maguire, and I went, you know what? We need to raise money to buy. We may as well sell it. It's like, what am I doing? It's like but you start thinking that way because you have to.
It's for the betterment of the sport.
It's not.
We don't want
not. They're
Newcastle
shit
coming on
they-
spending
mate,
freely.
they've
You
gone-
don't want that.
They've gone, it's here next year, but then the following year
It's
it might
better for
not be.
Spurs, you mean?
So what's the point in that?
It'll be different. It'll be different. It'll still be there.
I don't.
I'm glad
It suits
Newcastle
Spurs,
can't spend.
exactly.
I'm
I've had-
on a selfish level, but the rules are terrible.
No, they're not. They're
They
correct.
are.
They're correct.
It stops an owner coming in and being ambitious.
Good.
Nah.
Good. This league is the best league we've seen in years. It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
How is
fantastic,
it?
Because anyone can beat anybody. That's what the competition should be.
Is it the best or is it the worst?
It's the best.
I'd suggest
hands down.
Bournemouth being in the Champions League positions
Brilliant.
isn't
Oh,
right,
come
in terms of quality. It's not.
Booby, just because you chose to support Manchester United and they come good, doesn't mean that Bournemouth don't have a right.
Doesn't support
No,
Man
that was Man United.
Man City. And you
yeah,
as well. You're sneery about smaller clubs getting off.
No, I love Bournemouth doing well. I'm Brighton.
Him, not you. I've got massive respect for you.
Not opportunity.
What about me? What about me, man?
Flav, all I like supporters. I like supporters,
I know.
and I like
Apart
clubs
from
with big.
Tottenham supporters.
I like
and
no,
Arsenal
but
supporters.
I like Tottenham as an institution.
Oh,
I rate them as an
jeez.
institution. They got great support, most intimidating support in the league. But I'd also say that like I like Leeds. I don't like Bournemouth. I like Sheffield Wednesday. I
Yeah.
don't like Brighton. Like I
Yeah,
like
but you
proper
can't just
support.
because Bournemouth are good. That isn't a reason to
I
say
didn't
this
say
is
it
a
like
poor
that.
league.
It's not about that. It's not about.
Right.
It's not a classic league, is it? It's not.
Yeah,
a
it
classic-
is the best.
The
league.
standard of players aren't up there. We've got some of the greats on the decline.
We haven't got a title race.
No title.
We haven't
race.
got a relegation race.
The three come up, going down.
Yeah, but anyone can get beaten by anybody.
Ipswich
It's
might
great.
keep themselves up, you know.
Nah,
Wolves need to be worried, man.
nah.
They'll be fine. Wolves.
Wolves will be fine. Ipswich
Ipswich are 290.
Ipswich lost at home to
10 men for
Southampton, mate.
60
They
minutes.
lost at home to Southampton. You can't, like it's all very well getting a point at Villa Park, but they lost at home to Southampton. Like they just. Yeah.
They deserve to be relegated for that alone.
Mm.
I'm pro Ipswich, by the way. I want them to stay up.
I
but
want
it's
Ipswich to
embarrassing.
stay up, but I've
losing
lost.
to them lot, Southampton.
Yeah.
Please.
Sergei says, as an American, I
Redroth.
don't understand Rodzinski, actually.
Oh.
He says, I don't understand why English people complain about ticket prices. You want top players in your club, but you don't want to pay top
How
dollars.
about you? Who said that? Who said
Yeah.
You go
No.
after the support. You
Yeah.
go after the people. Yeah. Who
said
you
that?
shut up. Whoever said that.
It's funny,
What
isn't
are
it?
you talking
I
about?
think, do you know what it is though? It's
Is the
such
average
a dumb,
salary lower in
it's
England?
such a dummy's way to look at it. when you start comparing it to American sports. Like, you know, and you go, well, I'm a Lakers fan and I pay this. Like, don't care because it's completely different.
Save! What a save!
What a shame.
That's in if that's Kinski and Garner.
We've created a lot of chances here.
Great
Get
save.
Cheeto on, man, and Sekou Kone. And Morehouse and the boys.
Was that an American slagging us off with the like? Do you know how poor this country is? Do you know what I mean? Americans
Also,
an
it's like-
average job in America is $100 grand. Do you know what I mean? A year, like honestly, some desk jobs, mate. No way. Got no
It's
money
also
over it.
cultural. It's
They
what the
also
game
get taxed at
represents.
them.
It's also cultural. Like what football is supposed to be.
And also, and ticket
It's like a
prices
fiver
don't make
ticket,
up the
fucking hell.
most of the revenue.
no, it's insignificant money. Didn't they say something like 3 million quid a game or something like that? Tottenham. Is that right?
I think, what in terms of what it generate from the
Yeah.
stadium, I think 2 million, something like that.
United were making 3 million
just ticket
like
price.
5-10 years ago.
It's not just ticket
No,
prices.
everything,
It's
right?
everything
All
in. Yeah. No, I mean, look, there should be no, from a supporter of football or whatever club you support, there should be no argument or reasoning for why ticket prices should be as
Do you know
high as
what
they
I
are.
don't understand. Do you know if you owned a football club, there's such an easy win. There's such a goodwill win. If you were to just go, like, say, any club in the league just went, do you know what? Every ticket is going to be priced really competitively. If it's a ticket behind the goal, it's going to be 20 quid. A ticket along the side is going to be 30 quid. Away fans are going to be 35 quid. Something like that. It would be such goodwill for that football club, wouldn't it?
They don't operate that way.
I don't understand. But
Like,
what
you don't run
price
a business
goodwill?
like that, is it? I think it's a business. It's just like an
No,
accountant thing.
but the money that you
Sad,
make, the money that you make from the tickets themselves, isn't that significant.
No, yeah.
It's quite sad watching Casemiro and Son out here. You consider the players they wear, they just stink the joint out.
On the decline. Same with De Bruyne against Real Madrid. It's like a load of players on the
He
decline.
struggled, didn't he?
Injuries have battered him, haven't they?
Yeah.
Also, you know that Madrid front. Oh,
And ball.
you know that Madrid front four. If you're De Bruyne in the form that
Offside.
he's in now, it's going to be so difficult to somehow
What?
cope with that.
I know.
It's going to be so difficult, isn't it, to cope with that situation? Like you got Mbappe and Rodrigo and Bellingham all charging.
He's onside. These fucking linos, man. I swear, they're just absolute shit. You're watching the line and you can't fucking call an offside.
Flav's
Yeah,
more
I
about
thought,
talking about ref, man.
I thought we discussed this.
Yeah.
I'm talking about linesmen.
Oh, right, fine. Come on, Son,
See
do
that
something for
Dubois
fuck's sake.
Parker being advertised around the outside? Is that at Tottenham?
Yeah,
See, you're such a business, aren't you?
You got Kendrick there as well. I got tickets.
Kendrick,
Kendrick at
Beyonce.
Villa Park.
Yeah,
At
Fucking
Tottenham, at
beer.
Villa Park.
Oh, wow. How
So
much?
expensive, man. 150 quid.
No,
I got it face value.
mate.
Mate, ticket
so-
prices are a joke.
Everything. I
For
suppose that.
everything.
But the thing is, though, that's where musicians
this
have
VAR,
to
Jack?
make their money now.
The
isn't it?
VAR. No, it's a penalty, that.
No,
Oh,
man.
what?
Yeah, handball, you saw it. Everyone saw it.
Yeah, Oasis. That was fucking.
I didn't
Oasis
even try.
fortune. But they
No,
have
I didn't
to,
even try. In America, they didn't have, what's that thing called? Dynamic ticket price.
Yeah.
And then here they had it.
That's it's outrageous.
Scum. Utter scum.
And they said before, I think one of them tweeted we would never do dynamic ticket pricing. And then they did it.
It's Son.
Bang. Bang.
I thought Onana was going to go like that and let it go in.
Yeah.
It's going wide, lads. Oh, shit. It's in the
Spurs are
corner.
doing well.
They're doing all right.
Come on.
Man United have been much
Come on,
better this
Spurs.
year. Much better.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Score a goal, boys. That's all
Bloody
you gotta
hell.
do. Just score a goal.
Been a long season.
Put the ball in the net.
Yeah, I just want to end this season now, to be honest. Just fast forward to Bilbao and let me know if we're there or not.
You're not getting there. If you're losing to Tottenham, mate, you're not getting to a European final.
That's a bit.
Do that.
Don't say it like that, Rory.
We'll do that. Give me AZ out more.
What about Michelin? Do you not fancy them?
I've been there already.
Have you? What's it like?
We lost there 1-0. I was stayed in like a prison type thing.
Really?
Did I have this conversation with you like the other day, or was it maybe on Paddock? But yeah, I stayed in like a prison. Internet shit there. Just shit.
Definitely my priority when I think stadiums. How good is the Wi-Fi?
Not the Wi-Fi. I'm on about in the whole city. Like even at my hotel, I had like
Where is this?
uh,
Midgillyland.
Midget Land, yeah.
Midland. Midgillyland.
It was close to Midgetland, wasn't it?
Which it was
You know,
called
good
Midgilland.
Magellan.
Jesus.
It's in Denmark.
That Hoyland again. He's so bad.
Generational stinker, Royce. This guy.
Generational stinker and hooked. Bombastic biblical stinker and hooked.
What I've seen? I've seen that online. What is that? What is
Bombastic, biblical stinker and hook, Toyland.
that? Who is it?
What's that?
You're not allowed to say.
No one
allowed
else to
to
say, man.
If you quote someone in
Say it then.
I don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
I genuinely don't know who it is.
No, I don't know who it is, man.
Is it our mate Lee? Is it?
What? Oh, not the.
He's like scared of him, innit?
I just don't want I don't want a 68-hour stream slagging me off. Okay? I don't mind the guy.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't actually
problem.
don't mind the guy. I don't mind the guy.
I know we
think
said,
he chats well
we said
about
one word the other day.
Emergency movie
If I
meeting.
say one word,
Emergency 12-hour movie meeting.
7 hours stream.
there'll be 6 random Arsenal fans, like some old guy from the
I have
pub.
no idea what you are talking about. I don't know.
It's great stuff. I only know because I follow.
Basically, I
out of
called an
context
Arsenal
fan
fan,
TV.
a guy called Lee. He speaks about Arsenal quite well, in my opinion. Quite a realistic Arsenal approach. Expects a lot more from Arteta. I called him Little Lee.
I know
I
you're
called him
talking
Little Lee. I shouldn't have done that. It was nasty. Nasty.
I know. You're talking
He's
about.
scared. He's so scared of him.
He did a 17-hour stream. 17-hour stream.
Yeah. Mate, it was like we said nothing. It was like one little comment.
Fam, imagine you went on
They
your
went
personal
live for
YouTube
7
channel
hours,
for 17
slagging us
hours.
off. Did a totally dedicated stream with like our faces on it.
He said I worked for the FBI. He said I worked for Spotify. He said I worked for, what was it? HMRC or something. Honestly.
Yeah.
What's the bombastic thing about?
Bombastic, biblical stinker and hooked.
I like him. Anyone that's got boobies scared.
I said
like him,
that.
I like him.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Scared?
No, bombastic, biblical stinker and hooked. I've used. I think I should give a citation really because I think it's so
fantastic.
good.
Is this how he's described the performance?
It's how
All right, I've got you now. That is
Like Martin Odegaard will get
Tweets
subbed.
about
or something.
Hoyland.
it's poetic, really.
Yeah, has he done it?
I'm going to do it and I'll have a look now.
What should I put out? Bombastic, biblical stinker and hooked.
Marcos reacting to our top 5 managers.
Lee
list
Gunner's
says
done this.
Paisley.
Madison, great performance and sub to a standing ovation. And he was. I thought he was good today.
Did you just tweet that?
Rory slagged him off. Spent about 20 minutes of the show.
Oh look, he's trying to
Our
befriend him
precious
now.
show.
Yeah. He's so
like-
scared.
You wanna
He's
be
so
invited.
scared. Yeah.
You ought to be invited.
I respect real
You want to
respect
go? You want to be? You want to be in the chat room? You want to be in the chat room of that 7-hour stream that's coming? You've caused all sorts of trouble there.
Couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
you've had it tonight.
Get out there. Get out there. Get out there.
Madness.
You should be scared of
Said
him.
I worked for the
He's in
FBI.
Portugal or something. Isn't it?
He said we all work for Spotify. I remember that.
Yeah, I wish. Spotify.
Mental.
Better give us a deal. Feel free, man.
Brennan Johnson, big money. Fantastic
Big money,
talent for Nottingham
bombastic,
Forest.
biblical stinker and hooked.
Big money
I
Spurs
just can't
fan.
get over him being called Brennan.
It was big money.
This week he was linked to Lily Phillips dating her. And he had to
Nah,
he
then
had
he
to-
took,
he had to
then
post
he
his
took a
photo
picture
with
of
his actual
Valentine's
girlfriend.
Day on his girl. Yeah.
It was
get
like
away
a
from
fake.
it, to get
It
away
was
from
like
the
a
rumour.
fake Tottenham account. But they also said they pumped Van der Ven full of horse semen. To get him back.
Who did that to him?
The club.
Horse.
The
What?
club.
As like a healing properties of
Yeah,
horse
they
semen?
pump him full of horse
Oh, you
semen.
should try that.
Can you say
After
that?
your five-a-side on
Jack,
Friday.
can you say that?
Is that right? Can it help?
You're allowed to say
That-
semen.
It's not true, Jack.
David, isn't it?
ain't
Jack, you're
true.
allowed to say sea
It ain't
men.
true.
Sea, men of
Yeah.
the sea.
Yeah. Men of the sea.
Oh!
No, but we said it's a
Allegedly.
bullshit Twitter account. We
Allegedly.
don't need an allegedly on that.
You, yeah, no, they didn't know how to make Van der Ven well, so they just pumped him full of horse semen.
Your manager rushing him back. Your manager's fucking shit. Let's just be honest. He keeps rushing people
Is
back.
there like some truth in that joke? Not that it happened to him, but like, do people use horse semen for his medical?
I hope so.
I've heard that.
No.
I've heard that.
Like, drink it?
Yeah,
Booby
Inject
didn't
it
even respond.
into my veins.
He just moved his eyes.
There's a play about that in the Equinus. Aquinas.
No, Daniel
Aquinas.
Radcliffe. I saw Daniel Radcliffe do that.
Richard
He kills the
Burton
horse.
was in it. Richard Burton.
Equestrian. Is he equestrian?
What?
Equus.
Equinus.
Equius.
Equestrian.
Equinus.
Equestrian is someone who's into
Yeah, no, the
horses.
play-
It's about a kid that falls in love with a horse.
Yeah. I saw Daniel Radcliffe do.
He falls in
He
love with a
takes
horse.
He gouges
In
the
the
horse's
play.
eyes out in the play.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking like attractive? You find
Rich
him
animal.
attractive?
Richard Burton
Farm.
made it famous, I think.
Yeah. Equus. That's what it's called.
Equus.
Equus.
What's it about?
Daniel Radcliffe's in a
young
role
kid
where he falls in love with a horse.
What?
Daniel,
Sexually?
15 years
Sexually falls in love
ago,
with it.
I went to the theatre in the West End. Daniel Radcliffe was on stage playing the young boy in the play Equus about he falls in love with a horse.
That's like that.
Not in
Ali G,
a weird way, but he like
It is quite weird.
and then
was-
he
he went pumped
gouges-
on- I
mean, how else could
gouges
it
the-
be?
No,
Was he-
you could-
was
I
he-
mean,
was he pumped
in
full
a
of-
non-sexual way?
Oh.
In a
So it's
non-sexual.
not like Ali G, he goes to that politician, he goes, I heard you sucked off at all.
Mate, some of those lines from Ali G. Mate, one of the best lines in comedy
When
ever.
he sees that chicken, he goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Mate, I love the line when he's interviewing David Beckham. He's interviewing the Beckhams and he goes, when Brooklyn's older, do you want him to grow up to be a footballer like his dad or a singer like Mariah Carey?
Can I go toilet, Jack? Is that all right? Cheers.
Mate, Jack's not the boss of you.
No, I mean, today he is.
You're the boss of yourself.
Yeah.
So he's
You work
sorting
for yourself,
out
Flav.
You work for yourself.
Come on.
You
man.
sorted yourself
You sorted
out.
yourself out of cab. We're not reimbursing you for that. Mate, one tube line down and you just can't work it out. Born and raised in London. You know the tube network like the back of your hand.
He's got scared of all the Arsenal women fans on the tube, didn't he?
Don't cut across that camera. Do not cut across that camera. Whatever you
my
do,
God.
do not cut across that camera.
Spurs on the
Cut straight
counter
across
attack.
that camera.
It's 3v4. It's 4v4.
It's 4v4, Flav.
4v4.
Don't go anywhere, Flav.
No, it's
Adam,
too late. It's too
all
late.
right, it's too late.
It's too late. You're not going to score.
Oh, Flav, they're going to score,
Flav,
Flav.
they're going to score. Come back, Flav, Flav. Oh!
Go! 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 Go!
Kulusevski.
Go! Just scored.
Oh! Look. Son.
He blazed it over. Now he's crying. Now he's crying.
I've never seen Flav run. He runs really weird, doesn't he?
I saw him at a
He runs
firefight
like
event.
he's running a dream. He's not actually moving anyway, just slow. Proper dad jog. United then messed up.
It's the one time in the season that I want Manchester United to win.
I mean, I've
and they're not
wanted them
going
to win
to.
all season.
Has Hoyland touched the ball yet?
It's terrible, isn't he? It's just terrible.
No, has he touched the ball?
He's given the ball away a few times. Hit one
He
straight
doesn't
at the
look like a
keeper.
footballer to me.
He's just not good enough to play for Man United.
Number 9.
Crazy.
Who? I'm thinking of the number 9s for United. Andy Cole, Teddy Sheringham.
Oh, mate. I mean, do you know if you think of the one...
Cantona.
So what you've done there is name the icons. What you could actually
Go
do...
down.
What you could actually do is name the, like, B side of those teams.
Dwight York.
No, he'd be an A side. But like,
Louis Zaha.
the-
Dwight Zlatan.
Zlatan.
Louis Zaha.
Louis Zaha's
No,
a good...
Zlatan's A side.
Louis Zaha's a good shout. Javier Hernandez, the little P, would be a good shout.
Yeah.
But then what?
Solskjaer, have you said Solskjaer?
Diego Forlan.
This is
Forward.
the point I was trying to make to Scholes at that time. Like, you know, if you put a lot,
Listen to him.
a lot of
every
those
week.
players,
You know, when I was chatting to Scholesy...
but if you put a lot of those players into Fergie's team, like a lot of the players we've had in the last 10 years, they smash it because the culture and everything's so much better. The environment's better. You
What about
protected
this
by
side
your
right now?
manager. Like, I
Who
think
gets into the who gets
like Bruno would be brilliant for Fergie.
Who do you reckon?
I think Mattis de Ligt would be a Fergie
think?
player. I think Harry Maguire would play for because they're kind
Mate,
of players he would have signed.
there's so many examples of players that have played for Manchester United up front that are seen as not being good enough for Manchester United, that are so much better than Højlund. That, like Danny Welbeck, for example, was seen as not
Danny
being...
Welbeck's class.
Do you think Danny Welbeck is a better Manchester United player than Marcus Rashford?
Well underrated.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Yes.
I think Welbeck.
Not better than Marcus Rashford. You got to remember, Danny Welbeck played for Man United in a time where, like we say, he had Van Persie, Rooney, everyone around him, and he was kind of facilitated and helped in that. You had Rio on the pitch, you had all these leaders on the pitch. Rashford's been playing in a team that's lacked leaders. He's had to be the leader at times. He's come through as a young player, scored more goals than Welbeck scored.
Played more games though, as well. Well, he'd have played more games, wouldn't he?
Rashford's close to being in the top 10 goal scorers. For history.
Overall, though, you know, if you just remove your love of Rashford,
No, but
like,
I love
who
both.
do you think? Who do you think?
I made a song about Danny Welbeck.
So who do you think's a better? Who do you think's a better Manchester United player? Who
Marcus
contributed?
Rashford.
Yeah, I'd say Rashford too.
Than Welbeck.
I think he
I'm
contributed
surprised
to
by
the
that.
trophies he won.
I
more
think
than
Welbeck's
Welbeck
underrated, but
But I love Welbeck. I never.
And who
wanted
do you
to
think's just a
spend-
better player overall?
Rashford.
Rashford. I think.
I think a better
Welbeck's
number 9 is Welbeck.
I wonder how many goals he would have scored in the Premier League if he didn't have the injuries. It'd be over 100.
Where Welbeck?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100.
Easy.
I tell you where
Has he not
Welbeck.
scored 100 yet?
No,
He's
no.
Welbeck's what 33 still playing. Premier.
no!
Oh, he's missed Xerxes.
Oh my God!
Has to
Xerxes.
score that. Has to score
How
that.
old's Welbeck? Like 32, 33?
Yeah,
I
34.
34.
Maybe,
Okay,
yeah.
so he's 34 playing Premier League football. I guarantee that Marcus Rashford isn't leading the line for a Premier League team at 34.
Not doing it. What Brighton need of him as well.
Mate, that is a sitter.
That is a sitter for Xerxes.
Xerxes.
Oh, mate,
He's
you've got to
stretching. It's a
score
bit
that.
harsh.
5 yards
Yeah,
wide.
he was.
He has to score that.
He has to score that.
You don't have to score.
have to
It's
score.
stretching.
You'd want
It'd be
him.
nice
You'd
to get it on target.
Premier
He's
League
stretching.
No,
For Man
you'd
United, he
score
has to score that.
No, come
That's
on,
terrible
Spurs.
defending.
Yeah, that is rubbish,
really,
isn't it?
really bad.
Really rubbish. Oh, no.
Really rubbish
why did
defending.
These
Danso.
guys are shit. They're both
Ted
shit.
Danso.
Fucking hell.
Why did we pick this game to stream? It's the shittest game.
Yeah, I
ever.
don't know. I don't
Why
know.
did you pass it to Dorgu, you dick?
Hoyland.
Fucking hell.
I don't think I've ever been more right about a
How
player
many,
than I was about Hoyland. Like he's your
a stinker,
he's your Mudryk. Do you remember how right?
Yeah, you were spot on.
I was right
I was
about.
spot on. We were both spot on.
We were spot on, mate.
Fuck yeah.
We were
You used
spot
to
on.
just sock each other up on
Mate,
this table.
It's called being
shit.
spot on.
Jesus
One day
Christ.
you'll be
Oh,
spot
yeah,
on
you were
about
spot
something.
on. No, I was spot on.
No,
We
you
were
were
both
spot on.
Away
mate.
goals in the Premier
One
League
day
this
you'll be
season.
spot on and you could join the club. But until then, you're over there on your own and me and Boo
Hoyland's
are spot
got
on.
less Premier League away goals than Martinez this season.
Mate, away goals this
Casemiro.
season. Where's
Where's
I can't even
Hoyland?
see Hoyland. Where
Where's
is he?
Hoyland?
Casemiro scored more away goals than Hoyland this
Man
season.
City's goalkeeper's got more goal contributions this season than Hoyland. How embarrassing
Mate,
is
it's a
that?
joke. I was so
Goalkeeper.
Right, mate. I was as right as you were about Mudryk.
No, you weren't.
Spot on.
Not in the same way.
Spot on.
Not
I
in the
was
same
right.
way.
I was so right.
I was spot on about Mudryk.
Zexy's
Day
spot
one
on.
as well. Day one.
Spot
He's
on.
never going to score a goal ever in his life, but he's so good.
Who?
bro.
Yeah.
I love him.
He
Keep
just
him
missed from
forever.
10 yards out.
You know, if we, you know how I do defend Hoyland. You know, if we to sell one of them, I'd sell Hoyland.
Obviously.
Zexy's
Good
got
luck
someone
finding
to
a
buy
buyer.
something. You need
No,
someone
but
to come and
Zexy
buy.
doesn't-
Mate,
ever
you need to
score.
hope that Ryan Reynolds just
Hoyland-
goes mad at Wrexham and tries to
He's a
buy
Wrexham
Hoyland
player.
scored
He's a Wrexham
16 in
player.
a shit season for Man United.
Have
which
you
at
been
that time
following
was pretty
Ryan
good.
Reynolds' drama?
I don't listen to anything he does.
Oh, mate. Oh.
Ryan, watch the drama.
No, Ryan Reynolds is involved in
I'm so glad the
serious
buzzer on
Wrexham
Wrexham's
gossip.
gone.
No, not Wrexham. Do you know who Blake
is it that-
Lively is?
Yeah, his
Oh, yeah.
wife
Oh,
and that
mate.
other geezer that went to
Oh
court or
my
something.
god!
Gossip Girl.
Yeah. The Italian surname. I forget it. He's the director and star of the film.
Louis Beneventi.
Yeah, the guy that dropped Buvey. The guy that dropped Buvey from the starting lineup. Do you remember? Like Buvey's quite a good footballer, but do you remember when you got dropped from the starting lineup by Louis Beneventi? Do you know? Do you know him?
I don't.
Me and Thogden were on the bench once. Me and Thogden.
Casemiro, you're 37 years
Did
old,
you
man.
see Thogden dressed up like Lev Yashin in goal?
Yeah. Oh, come on, Spurs.
Why did he do that?
Fuck's
Why did he
sake.
play fancy dress in goal?
Did you have a good game?
I didn't watch.
Pie Face did it a year ago and it was funny, but yeah.
That was a foul.
Oh man, so funny, so funny.
He
Like
definitely
Mauricio
copied
Pochettino,
Pie Face doing that.
Mauricio Pochettino is the current USA manager,
Yeah.
and he's dicking about with Thogden on the weekend.
It's a joke, innit? Managing the
Go on,
USA
go on.
national side.
Square it.
He's just dicking.
Come on!
Oh my God, who's that?
Spursy!
Maguire!
Spurs! He paid for Ferguson. He started for
Maguire!
Ferguson.
Maguire
Adam just said he started
He's
for
like
Ferguson.
Mate, I've never seen it. He's like a lorry.
Yeah, but Adam just said he started for
Mate,
Sir Alex Ferguson.
How many shit players did Fergie make look good?
Who?
That was my point that I was making.
Oh, fucking
a lot of these
Maguire's
players in the
movement.
right environment look different, but he turns like a fucking 18-year-old lorry.
Maguire's movement there is so funny. What's it?
Look at this.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's not a foul. Diving
Diving
bastard!
man.
What a diving bastard, man!
That's what I was saying.
I hate
37
United.
years
We
old.
need to
I
see
hate
that
United.
Maguire movement again. That was amazing.
Casemiro's
he's like a lorry.
diving.
Oh, that was amazing.
I love the fact that you were give him the rebuttal, but at the end he went, he's a fucking Maguire.
Trying to defend him and gave up.
Defend him, and then he went,
No, I was defending the point I was making.
These guys are
like
shit,
Fergie turned some shit into diamonds.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's true.
Oh, that was so
No, Wes
funny.
Brown was like, and I don't know how you feel about Wes
No,
Brown.
no,
but,
whoa,
all right, sorry.
Wes Brown.
All right, I won't say it. I won't say
He's
it.
elite.
Is he?
Yeah. 2-time Champions League winner.
That's
2-time
what-
Jimmy
that's
Murphy
what I'm
Player of the
saying,
Year.
like, that's what I'm saying. Is like what Ferguson did with every
I
average player.
thought, you know, if Wes Brown didn't get injured, Vidic wouldn't have been a thing at Man United.
What really? Fucking.
There was a period of time where it was Rio and Wes Brown. You
I'm
know, just
obviously
after
so
Vidic
wrong.
kind of came in and didn't do
weird.
well.
The perception outside of the football club isn't that.
Yeah, people look at him as if he was like a bit of a donkey, but he was
That's a
class.
foul.
Go on, Sonny.
He got the
Go
ball.
on, Sonny.
Wow. Good
Go on,
pace, my
Sonny.
son. You look good. I thought you look all right. You look compact defensively.
Do you think?
Yeah, you look all right. There's a bit.
United have been better this half.
Yeah, you've been better. But
yeah.
I mean,
what's Vicario done? One save, second half.
I suppose.
You've not been bad, have you? Like defensively.
Nah.
we should be 2-1 up. You look at the Garnacho
Jack,
chance,
can you just give me the XG, please?
1-0.
then Garnacho should have squared one for Hoyland.
I think 1-0 was
I
fair.
would suggest I would have thought Man United's XG. is
I'd say
significantly higher.
Garnacho alone, it should be 2-1. He
What's
had the
the
chance
second
where
one?
he should have squared it to Hoyland and he hit it behind him.
Yeah, can you just bring it up on the screen?
And the chance where he should have scored. XG twats.
Do you not like XG?
No, I don't like
Fucking,
XG.
mate, it turns me on.
1.78 Tottenham.
I'd say
XG, Man
2.1.
United, 1.5.
Oh.
But you know why United's is less? Because the Garnacho effort I'm talking about wasn't an effort on goal.
No, but it counts.
But he
XG.
should-
It
no,
does
it
count.
doesn't.
It does.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he doesn't.
It does.
Yeah, of course it
It
counts.
counts when you have a shot.
It
Yeah.
was a shot.
It was a shot.
It wasn't
went
a shot.
over.
He
It went
squared
over.
it. No, not the
Oh,
first one.
right.
The second one that I'm on about where he should have
right.
passed to Hoyland.
Tackle. Good tackle.
I thought you were saying that
Foul.
shot was so bad it.
Oh, no, yeah. You know, whatever. Next time I
I'll
have a
put it in
shot.
the corner. Here we go. Look at this.
Played Dorgu. I think Dorgu's been quietly impressive.
Yeah,
His
he's solid,
his 2
isn't he?
appearances for United.
Solid.
Is he playing left for you?
He played right in his first game.
Yeah.
left. But he is his main position at the start was right, and then he moved to the
What
left.
for Spurs for
For Lecce, yeah.
on the
He was
right,
on the
he was
right
on the right.
initially. Yeah.
If you ask him,
What
he'd
was
say
he
he's a
playing
midfielder,
inverted,
right?
wasn't it? He's a left foot.
He'd say he's a central midfielder, right?
Dorgu.
He doesn't. He
No,
wants to be.
he's a
He's wing back. Wing back.
He's a wing back.
Yeah, or winger.
What you play? He played on the right hand side. What they played inverted fullbacks. He's a left footed, isn't he?
No, he was like a right winger for them at times, and then he became a left wing back.
Right, got that makes sense.
Oh,
There he is, another child going on the pitch.
he's good. I like him a lot.
Yeah,
We haven't made
Played
any
32
subs, man.
games.
Come on, man.
32 games for Spurs.
Welcome to the Premier League, man.
And this is the thing: is people get used to seeing an 18-year-old kid at centre
Yeah,
back.
no,
It's
it's
not. It
pretty-
ain't normal.
But the one thing I say, he doesn't look out of place.
Nah, he's very composed.
I don't think he's made a mistake in the same way. I don't know. Kinski in goal.
Yeah. No, he's been very composed. Very
Yeah.
composed.
I like him.
He's a good player.
Does he start for you in midfield eventually? Is he good?
That's what everyone's saying. That's
Plan.
go on.
That's a touch, that is, by Jed Spence.
That's no
Get out
foul.
of
No
town.
foul. Option there.
Oh, he had Xerxes outside. He just didn't see him.
Go on, just take it.
Full effort.
Casemiro. just
why'd
tapped
you
Here we
him.
go.
Wide.
Spurs 2-0. 2-0.
Ah,
Oh, decent save from Onana.
Had to save that, though. If he doesn't, we're calling him shit. Oh, Xerxes, man.
Great touch
That
as
is
well.
so fucking
Great
good,
touch.
you know.
Great touch. Got to give it quicker.
Guy's
It's
confused.
got to be
man.
quicker there.
he is. Oh, a ball.
United are in. Oh, it's a good block there.
Xerxes is having an absolute worldie, isn't he?
Really good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good.
But he'll literally go 10 games without scoring. What's Rory just found?
Put them together, Lewis.
People love it. Though. That's what they live for.
Why don't you get yourself a proper hobby instead of trying to ruin my life?
Keeper's gone wow there
Come on, United.
because he was pegged.
Useless. Excellent. Look at that. Just
Useless. Excellent.
they're two different people. Yes.
Oi.
Didn't fancy it. Where are you going?
He's a big man, isn't he?
Big boy.
Big old boy.
Big boy.
He looks like a rugby lad, doesn't he?
Yeah. I wonder if he's done any rugby stuff.
Big
You know what they're like, yeah.
He definitely went to one of them schools. Did your school have a rugby team?
No, fuck no. I live in North London.
Have a playground.
We didn't even have grass.
have a playground.
We had just concrete. That was all we had.
We had to walk to this place called Hilltop to play. It was like a public, but we never had grass.
No grass. It was just concrete.
Play on concrete, go into with your trousers all ripped and that.
What? Was that handball?
Handball, yeah.
What else been going on? How's your farm?
we not mid. It's 8 minutes. What are you talking about that for?
Just wondered how your farm was, man.
I live on a farm. I don't have one. I had some chickens. Got one left. Do you know what?
do
In the
for
last 2 years, I've lost 36 chickens to foxes.
Mate, you meant to put a little cage around them.
I think let them run free. Free range, isn't it?
I got rabbits. No fox getting near my rabbits.
Have you?
Yeah, I love them.
You love your rabbits?
I love them so much.
Really?
I did genuinely love them so much.
What are they called?
Well, depends who you ask.
Right. If
In
you,
my head,
yeah.
they're called Wisey and Franco,
Nice.
after Dennis Wise and Gianfranco Zola.
No, that's not a foul.
In
He's
my
he's
daughter's
done
head.
he's done his ligaments here.
But it wasn't a foul. He just fell over.
Turn.
Don't stop the game.
No.
Fuck off, man. It's not a head injury. I'm sick of these refs, man.
He's holding his head.
So what? He's holding his head because his legs hurt.
He's holding his legs because his head hurts.
Vice versa.
He's-
But look, he just fell over.
yeah, there is nothing in that.
He never got hit in his head. Well, he did a bit.
It barely though.
But
Is
it's
it?
not a head injury.
No.
He never got
The
hit in
other
his
day,
head.
yeah.
There's
Just a
nothing
bit.
there.
He never got hit in his head, just a bit.
The other day, someone hurt their knee, right? The ref
Yeah.
stopped it. United were on the attack. And I think, hold on a minute. What happened to just head injuries? Make him go off the pitch.
No bloody injury. Look.
Oh, fuck me.
What a life, eh?
What made you say that?
It's just a funny old life, isn't it?
That is a weird old world.
Did you ever envision yourself doing something like this for a living?
No, but it
Weird,
just came to me.
How did you manage it?
Came to me.
It just came to me.
Oh, given a ticket, City Chelsea. Do you remember this Conte 3-1? De Bruyne missed an open net.
Up
That
there,
was
when
my first ever video.
Gary Cahill put
That was
you
my
up.
first ever video.
This is
that-
90 min, wasn't it? That's it. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
thinking about how did you
Oh, but he's missed.
break?
Viral.
How did you break into the space? It was that, wasn't it?
I was at 90 min, yeah.
What was you doing there?
I was a video producer at 90 Min, and then they offered me a ticket City Chelsea. We got absolutely battered by Chelsea. It was the game that took them over the basically to winning the title.
Costa, Hazard, William.
Yeah, but De Bruyne missed an open net, hit the bar. Remember that?
Yeah,
Crazy.
I think Cahill put you 1-0
I was
up.
like, we would fucking miss, and then it kind of went viral. But
Remember what went really viral?
Yeah.
how do I know you're going to bring that up? Always lowest hanging fruit with you, Adam.
As
Isn't
soon
it?
as we
Lowest hanging fruit.
As soon as we bring up 90
Honestly.
minute, we have to bring it up. Innit?
Well, what
big up the
I don't
90
know.
minutes.
I don't know.
You
I
ever
don't know
seen
what
a video of
whoever's
a
left
City
off them?
fan in the Anfield away end
You've seen
watching
that.
Mahrez miss the
When
We
penalty,
brought that with you on the
Mahrez
show, I'm pretty sure.
and he says stuff. This is historic.
Yeah.
It's
He
11
does like a
years.
3-minute build-up. Like, you know, the referee awards the penalty. The referee awards the penalty, and Buvey starts recording then. You know, like, and he's just looking down in the lens like that. This is going to be it.
It was
This
big.
is the moment.
Do you know how big
we
it
had
was? 'Cause
Mahrez.
it's like we hadn't won there in 20 years.
And
Seriously.
Mahrez misses. He goes, ah!
They picked that up. You know,
But that
everywhere.
picture always comes up in Google Images and that.
That was
You
the
Google image me.
that was the sort of main era.
Why'd you
of,
Google me?
of vlogs and all that, wasn't it? Like 2017,
Yeah, that was,
18, 19. That was when
Everyone was vlogging. There are Burnley vloggers, Stoke vloggers, fucking everyone.
That's ours.
Were there?
Yeah, I could tell you a vlogger for everyone. They all work for 90
What,
minutes.
you think you got skills? Okay.
What do you mean?
Name the Newcastle United vlogger.
A guy called he's called Rob, but he's called Rubenstein. Really nice guy, actually. He's
I have
done
no
BBC
idea if
Sport.
he's telling the truth.
The incredible moment, City.
Why Google that?
City and
Yeah,
Liverpool
look.
fans at Anfield.
Do you just
We had
distract?
Mahrez.
That's amazing.
You're losing 1-0. You're
That's
losing
amazing.
1-0. You're shit. Okay,
This is
focus
amazing.
on the game, Adam.
This is absolutely amazing.
Oh, he's so annoying, man.
Spare a thought. Oh, wow. Mahrez blazed his spot kick over the bar in the dying minutes after Virgil van Dijk was judged to have fouled Leroy Sané. Oh, yes.
Why do you
Booby.
watch your own side be shit? How about that?
It's mad because both of these shit teams have beat you.
That is true.
Why did we
fuck
get
off,
groups in that? Why did I get groups in that? Got nothing to do with this argument.
You've got to
That's
be
all.
careful here, Royce. Okay, I'll bring up a certain show where you had your long hair out, you didn't shave for 6 months. Okay, you look like the king from Shrek the First.
What
Okay.
show's that?
Shrek the First.
Go on, tell. Show them, tell.
Shrek 1.
Shrek.
Come on, Spurs.
No.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, shit, man.
Oh, God.
You know, Garnacho's had one on target, alas.
Oh, Lord. Xerxes nutmeg.
He's so good.
Oh.
He's ridiculous.
So good.
He just
But
does
he
it for
leads
fun.
to nothing.
Who was he does it
He
for
leads to
fun. He
nothing.
does it
Doesn't
for
matter.
fun.
It don't matter. That
I
was
played with someone down Power League like
No,
that.
but he does it. You know
never
those Johan
finds the pass.
Cruyff, those Johan Cruyff cages in Amsterdam?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He does
Those-
it for that reason.
Apparently he does that
Because you get a point
anywhere.
for that.
No,
You get a
boys,
point for
that ability can just open the game up. It hasn't worked quite today, but
He's not what ability?
Oh,
He
come on,
nutmegged
Matt.
someone.
There's been a few
No,
times today he's made the
Booby,
pass.
you
and we've-
got,
Yeah,
mate,
that
you
is
got.
skillful. That is good,
okay,
man.
no,
That
that
is
is
wicked.
someone's
That's
ability.
rare. What people? That's a rare thing. What he's doing.
I'd rather you just cut inside and find the pass. That's better
We
than
talk
nutmegging.
about football being dead because of things like that. And then we've got
He's
a
not
player
finding-
who's
he just
skinning
lost the
people.
ball. A nutmeg, you have to nutmeg and then find the pass.
Booby, that.
But you're right. You're not spot on
What,
here.
nutmeg and lose the ball?
No,
But you're not-
not making retreat.
They're 1-0 down.
I don't know.
Come
man. I
on,
think
you're
there's
not
something
4-0
good
up,
about
Royce.
that.
We're not 1-0 down because of him.
He's done it 5 times.
Booby,
today.
you are not spot on here.
So Man United are 1-0 down.
We're not 1-0 down because of him, though, are we?
You need to get back in the game, don't you? You just lost the ball.
Yeah,
He's just
the way you
literally
do
lost
it
the
is getting through people, beating tackles and all that. That's what he's doing.
Oh, tell needs to come off now. There we go.
ball. He's been good, I thought so.
He's not. If he was in a Man United shirt, today, you'd say he's been shit. I promise you that.
No, fuck it. I like to. He's been fantastic.
He's 19-year-old. 19. What do you want?
Yeah,
from
don't slag him off, man.
him? 19
He's
years
half
old.
your
Is that
age,
what you
Adam.
do? Is that your thing?
You've got 60 million
digging
option
out,
in there.
digging out children. Is that what it is?
Yeah. He's half your age, Adam.
Be careful. Well,
Be careful with that sentence. Jesus Christ.
Fuck
there's
it.
your
He's
main
got his
man
whole
going up.
future ahead of him.
tell you what.
There's no way Matic Towers at Spurs next season.
Yeah, we've got an option. It's not up to him. He's captive.
You've got-
he can't
do you
get.
know-
got
do you
an
know-
option.
do you know
No
which-
matter what, he
Is it
can't
obligation
escape.
or option?
He can.
That's how we feel about Jadon Sancho. There's one way that we can somehow.
No,
get
that's
out.
a mandatory.
You want
It's
to keep
not.
him?
It is. It's
There's-
an obligation.
There isn't.
You've got an obligation.
There,
You wanna
not-
keep him?
There
You
is
wanna keep
one.
him?
There is one get out clause.
What is it?
If
Kill
we
him.
finish 15th, if we finish 15th in the league,
Oh, you
we
don't
do
wanna
not
keep
have to
him?
buy him. Sancho, of course, I don't want to keep him. I didn't want him in the first place.
All right.
But no, he's been terrible.
Oh, has he?
But if we finish 15th in the league, which is annoyingly possible,
Palmer's
we don't have
bad.
to buy him.
Palmer's been bad.
No way you finish 15th. So
No.
Palmer and Sancho have been bad. They've all been bad.
Palmer hasn't been bad. He just hasn't been quite as good
Yeah,
as you.
fine. But
Also, he's on his own.
Winners.
yeah,
Like, what's he meant
I
to
know.
do?
I've seen people this week taking time to like dig Cole Palmer, saying, "No, when the pressure's on, you don't do it." Like,
fucking
how much do you want him to do?
It's nonsense.
Scored for England in a Euros final. Scored for Man City to win them the Super Cup.
What player?
It's absolute
Super Cup, it
nonsense.
was that.
Ooh,
get on
that
this,
was
Spurs.
naughty.
Ref.
Here we go. Spurs.
Got to play it now. There you go.
Spurs.
What
Bad
a
pass.
shit
That's
ball.
shit ball,
Bad
man.
pass.
Just carry it in. Just carry it in.
He wanted to
Jed
try
Spence.
something with Maguire.
Hey,
and he
thought
thought, "No,
twice
it's
about it.
too
Thought
big."
twice.
The last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
I wish that was Lasagna.
Imagine if you hit him. It'd just
Who's that?
be pointless. Like if you hit.
No, who's that?
That's Odebear. We bought him for 25 million of Burnley.
No.
A lot of money.
Hence-
You gave him Burnley 25
Yeah,
million.
hence all the protests.
Oh, yeah.
Are you the first club to protest spending a lot of money on good young players?
Yeah, probably actually. Yeah.
Mate, we're about to do it.
That's so
It's a
true.
great question.
It's so true.
It's crazy.
Oh, not a
Yes,
corner,
come on.
You fuck. Oh, yeah, you will do that. What is that?
Maybe it's the go-kart track. Why do you need a go-kart track under the stadium? Why?
You
You
went there.
want to talk about this,
Did you,
don't
have you been to it?
Because he
Yeah.
played against
How
mate
is it?
crowds.
Pretty good.
He
I was
got
there with
invited
Levy
by
King,
Peter
actually.
Crouch. This is why
You got invited by Peter Crouch.
And
started
Levy
through the
King.
league.
Yeah.
And did you win?
No, I came
No,
second
Wayne Bridge
last.
won. Wayne
Came
Bridge-
second last.
Wayne Bridge won.
I can't even drive and I beat Carlton Cole. I can't even drive. I can't drive, lads. Oh.
Yo!
You can't drive.
Well, I mean, I can't, if I took a crash
can't
course, I'd
drive.
be the best driver around the table. If,
No,
I, if, I
you
took
can't-
a,
you
if I
literally-
took a 2-week
Mate,
crash
it's
course,
crazy that a 30-year-old can't drive.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not 30.
alarming.
Okay,
29.
sorry. It's crazy that a
it's the wrong decade.
29-year-old...
I'm
red
29.
card.
But
That's a red flag, rather. So.
Yeah.
I can drive.
I
It's
would.
emasculate. Do you know my mate...
I wouldn't date you.
My mate
I
is
wouldn't
getting
date
so
you.
much...
Okay,
you know
fine.
my mate is getting so much stick at the moment. He's just had a baby. Guess what's happened?
Can't
His
drive.
missus has had to drive to Charing Cross Hospital in Hammersmith
While she was...
while she's in labour with my mate in the passenger seat.
That's like Peep Show,
My
isn't it?
mate's in the passenger seat.
It's like Peep
Is it
Show.
happening on that?
Yeah.
My mate's
the end,
sitting in the passenger seat.
Mark has to drive. He pretends to Olivia.
Pass his test.
What's her name?
So
Olivia-
that is
While
superb.
she's giving birth.
She's in labour. She's got to drive.
My mate is in late. Yeah, she's driving to Charing Cross Hospital with my mate sitting in the passenger seat, going breathe, breathe.
That is
Mate,
pathetic.
Casemiro's like he's not there, innit?
Oh,
You see that then?
always having a nightmare. Yeah.
I'll learn in the summer, lads. I'll learn in the summer. How long do I need? 6 weeks?
You could do a crash course.
I reckon. I reckon you need about 40 lessons.
Me?
Yeah,
No.
40 lessons.
What did you need?
I needed 20.
So I need about 15.
What? How many have you had? Any?
Huh?
Have you had any?
I've driven before.
You know, if I gave you keys in a car, you could drive it.
yeah.
No, you can't
Super
work
quick
a clutch.
as well.
You
Super
can't work
quick. Yeah,
a
I can.
clutch.
Of course
You
I
can
can.
only drive an automatic.
Yeah, but it's like a go kart. It's easy driving an automatic.
Now you
Anyone
got
can.
to take
I
your
beat
test in a
Carlton Cole
manual.
go-karting. That's serious stuff.
I mean,
Carlton Cole doesn't strike me as a man that's necessarily
Look at
adept at the
Onana.
wheel.
Look at his distribution from Onana.
Plays his man in
Bad
trouble.
ball in it. It's a bad ball.
it's just a hospital ball, isn't it?
Terrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Old Paddy Dorgu's been all right. No subs today for United.
There's not one.
Oh, here we go.
It's a bad loss, and it's a bad.
He always subs.
It's
not
hard.
bad.
That. It's
1-0
not.
loss.
It's just one of them, man.
bad
It's
loss.
hard.
How is it a
Bad
bad
loss at
loss?
Tottenham,
It
man.
ain't.
You can't be losing to Tottenham.
Stop.
Tottenham have done a double over Man United
Cheeto,
this year.
Cheeto,
Don't
Cheeto.
look at me like I'm going to back that up.
Tottenham have...
Say that to Buvey.
Buvey. Tottenham have done a double over Man United this season.
Crazy. It's embarrassing.
That is terrible, mate.
We
They've taken 6
We've
points off.
beaten you twice this season.
No, you haven't even played them twice.
Yeah,
We're
we have.
above you.
No,
We're
that's in
above
the
you.
cup. You haven't
And
got a
we
league game.
beat them in
When you say
Etihad
double,
4-0.
when
We're
you say
above you.
do a double over them, you don't mean
Good
cup.
ball. Good ball. Spurs in. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
You just can't be losing to Tottenham twice.
Oh, for fuck's sake, hit it in.
Yeah. No, the one against you was started the whole run for City in the League Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bad. That was in October.
Was it 4-0 in the League Cup or the league?
No, that
the
was
league.
the league, yeah.
League.
That was funny. That was one of my favourites.
We were live for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, they were just fucking photos of me
Enjoy that.
losing.
That's
This whole
when you don't bother
this whole
turning up.
channel's about me losing.
I wasn't invited.
Season
Actually,
before
I was.
Adam losing.
Jack did invite me for that one.
You've kept us going this season.
You're a hard man. You're a hard man to get hold of.
Yeah, and then some other Spurs geezer was invited, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Who was it?
I didn't say no.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh, Fwad. He was good. He was very good. I
he's
think
on next week.
He wasn't available today.
He wasn't available today.
that's-
That's yeah.
That is
No, he's on next week.
That's a
Yeah,
shame.
I thought for
What,
me,
how-
Fwad's the best
who are we
Spurs
playing
fan
next
I've ever
week?
seen on YouTube.
For me, it goes Fuad, Majestic, Expressions, Flav.
No.
Mate, that's fair.
Craig Mitch, Fuad, Expressions.
We are Tottenham TV.
We are Tottenham TV.
That's fair.
Is that
Uh,
them two
Jamie O'Hara,
twins?
I can't get into it.
AJ Tracy.
AJ Tracy,
Of course.
Harry Redknapp.
Abby Summers.
Abby Summers, oh, the legend. Abby Summers, Flav.
You are tapping into really deep insecurities here.
Now, hang on. Let's actually work it out. So it goes majestic expressions. Craig Mitch, Abby Summers, Fuad. Anyone else? Oh, the Tottenham. We are Tottenham TV twins. Both of them as well.
Both at the same time.
A and B.
Yeah.
Or just bring one of them.
Or both of them.
Yeah,
Both
we're
of
just
them.
happy.
Yeah, interchangeable though. Both better.
Who's that? Danny something? Dancy?
Dan-
Danny Aaron's a Spurs.
Danny
fan.
Aaron's is Tottenham.
Tells
Danny
that
Aaron's definitely better.
he's had a shocking game, Tel.
Who else?
He doesn't look like a Spurs fan. That
Anthony
sound
Costa
weird for
from
me to
Blue.
say.
Anthony Costa from Blue is Tottenham. He's definitely better. Roy Keane is a Tottenham fan. He's better.
You lot are fucking horrible.
He's going to do
He's gonna
famous
do-
Tottenham fan.
yeah.
Tottenham. There must be YouTubers that are on. Big
Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is definitely better.
AJ Tree, Alan Sugar.
Sir Trevor McDonald. Sir Trevor McDonald is definitely better.
Fuck you know.
Michael McIntyre, he's
He
brilliant.
follows me on Twitter. We might actually get him on.
Steve Nash, I don't even know who that is, but
He's a
AJ
coach,
Tracy,
American
Alan
basketball
Sugar.
coach.
so Kenneth Branagh.
Wow.
I mean, you're looking
Oscar
at
winner.
Oscar winners.
Oscar winner.
He's better than you.
Sir, they're just giving them out these days. aren't they?
Spider-Man.
Oh, Adele, of course.
She's not
Adele.
a Tottenham fan, is she?
Yeah, Adele's
Yeah,
Tottenham, definitely.
she's so Tottenham.
John
She's
Cena.
so Tottenham, she's so South.
Game over. United got banged again.
Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0, a nothing game. Just
was a big
depressing for everyone involved.
You're 10 points
And
above the
thanks, Roy
relegation zone.
Keane. You made James Maddison score.
Not ideal, Flav.
For real. It's great.
I know it was ideal. Not ideal, lad.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm so beyond caring about these league games. Obviously, I would have liked just to
Tottenham have done the
score.
double over Man
I
United.
thought we had the chances. I
I
thought
don't know why you
Garnacho
keep
was
saying
wasteful.
that. We are legitimately
You might have done the double over us last year as well.
title contenders next year.
Who are? Yeah. No.
Spurs.
What time?
With or without Postecoglou?
With Postecoglou.
With or without.
Hey, and him,
clue.
player of the year next year.
He was good. He was fantastic
And,
today.
He
let
might
me
be
ask you a
player of the
question.
year this year.
Let me ask you a question. No, I'm talking about in the Premier League. Let me ask you a question. Does he make the when's England's next squad?
I
I
don't.
knew you were going to say that. I
Don't-
just knew
do you
it
not
was
think-
happening.
Do you not think so?
Jed Spence.
Yeah, stop. Don't do that because
Please,
that would suggest that you haven't seen his current level of form.
No, I have. And I
Yeah,
think
so
he's
don't
not
say-
playing-
his
don't
competition?
say
he's not
Jed-
playing left back
Best way to look at
over
it. Who's his
anyone.
competition?
Who's his fading Kyle Walker? Trent, he's not getting ahead of, but
Reece James?
squad.
Reece
Reece James is
Reece
broken,
James is
isn't it?
broken. Squad.
Livramento.
He'll get in the squad. He should get in.
Has Livramento
He
declared?
can play
for
both
it?
sides as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Has he been in a squad already?
I'd say Livermento
been
at the
on the
moment,
21s,
but Jed Spence, I can't tell you how excited
No, I
am
like
about
Spence a
Jed
lot. England's very early.
Okay.
Not for Tuchel.
Yeah,
though.
off the back
Tuchel
of
won't
7
want it.
good games. It's
Yeah, I
like-
know, but I'm
He's
just
not going
saying.
to England.
What's the point? What is this
He's
show?
had
if
more
it
than
isn't for
7
bold
good
takes?
games.
No, but it's rationale. it's rationale in incisive football debate.
All right. How many games will I before I
had
make
more
a
than
spot
7
on
good games.
spot on season?
No, he's had about
It's gonna
10
be a while.
good games in the
I
Premier
think he would be in an England squad.
No.
I think he should.
In
Be.
a squad.
I'm saying he's good enough. I'm generally
Over
good
who?
enough.
No, because it's not about over who or over what.
It wouldn't make the
Wait,
squad.
Carl
there's-
Walker
there's not
really
1,000 guys on the list.
Carl
is there?
Walker
Because
should
Thomas
make it.
Tuchel's a new coach.
No, Carl
right?
Walker's out.
Yeah.
Please. I think he's retired anyway, isn't he?
Is he?
So-
Has he?
I think so.
Thomas Tuchel's a new coach who's got to
It's-
think about the future for England in
it's
the next World
Alexander-
Cup.
I don't think.
Yeah.
And Jed Spence will be someone you'd consider
He
as an
should be
option for the
thinking
next
of the
World
future,
Cup.
but Tuchel
Carl
won't.
Walker isn't.
I think by the
Tuchel
end of the
thinks
season,
30-year-olds.
he definitely will be.
I can't see a world where Jed Spence, but equally, does it matter?
I don't know. Not really.
What about James Maddison? Is he going to get the England nod?
No, because the tens in front of him are impossible to displace.
Well, not impossible.
Yeah,
Lewis Hall
If
as
you're
well.
better at football.
Lewis
Cole
Hall left
Palmer,
back.
Bellingham.
If you're better at
Livermento
Never
right
Foden.
back.
Come on.
Trippier's still playing. Reece James.
You've got to prepare for the future.
That's who we replace.
But
Trippier.
Tuchel won't. You're right. If it was
Why
Eddie
wouldn't
Howe,
Tu-
I think
why
you're
wouldn't
right.
Tuchel do that?
Because
Has he
Tuchel's
has
a
he picked
short-
an England squad?
Tuchel's got 18-month contract. He'll be thinking about 28, 29, 30-year-olds.
Trippier.
He's a short-term.
Buvey's right on that. When you appoint a manager for 18 months, they're not interested in like developing. They're interested in
Jed
just
Spence-
But even short term wise, right? 18 months, short to medium, whatever. Trippier and Kyle Walker shouldn't even be in your full.
Trippier should, I think.
Do you know-
Yeah,
do you know
not
what?
Trippier.
On this
Not-
England-
not
this
Did you
Trippier.
see
English
his
chat.
defending for Marmoush's goal?
I know, but you need experience in the back line.
Instead of does Jed Spence make it for England? Should Rasmus Højlund play for Manchester United ever again?
Can I just have to make one point before Jed Spence before we move on?
Nah, let's move to the striker for the
No,
generational
just-
striker for Man United, who's got less goal involvements than Ederson this season.
Jed Spence will be considered. Jed Spence will
Cheers,
be considered one of the best fullbacks in the league, probably top 2
When?
fullbacks in the league.
When?
12 months from
He
now.
didn't play 2 years for Spurs.
I think you're right.
And then he's
All
he was
right.
from Forest.
Anyway, more incisive chat about Jed Spence will be available on our.
When can I come back?
Well, next week we've got Fuad, then we got Kenneth Branagh, then we got Adele.
Can I just ask?
As long as you get a tube and not a cab, you're welcome back. Anything.
Yeah, also,
well,
that's
I'm
the thing
getting
with
a cab
Fuad.
back, but
that's
after
the thing
that, I
with
won't
Fuad.
get
Fuad
Circle
always gets
line.
the tube. Fuad always gets the tube.
Circle line.
Adam, honestly, Rasmus Højlund, is it over?
I don't think it's over, but at the same time, like if you're looking at the summer for Manchester United, and there's been talk that a few Italian clubs might still be interested in him. Maybe he is someone that you go, you know what, let's just cut our losses on. But I will say this about Rasmus Højlund, whether his future lies away from Manchester United or at Manchester United, I do think the narrative around him is growing at the moment. And I think it's an unfair one. I do think he's a young striker who's been playing for a Manchester United team who don't create many chances, who look really poor. But the problem is for him, you know, your really good strikers, they make a bad pass look good. Or they make something out of nothing. Or when they are in the box, they manipulate a position to try and get a shot away. And I don't think he does the easy things right. I don't think when we get the crosses in, he's running across his defenders properly. And I think there is, Buvey mentioned it earlier, there's a bit of like just throwing his arms up and waving him around all the time and kind of pointing fingers at other people. I think you have to take a little bit of self-responsibility. But I say what I said before about him. Last season, he scored quite a lot of goals for someone who was playing for a very poor Man United side that didn't create chances. And that's why I've always given him a little bit of leniency. And when you look at, and again, I hate to be a stat merchant, but if you look at the underlying stats in his performances, he's kind of like, his goal conversion rate is generally higher than most others. Like, it's just his all-round performance. It's like, he's the complete opposite to Xerxes. Xerxes probably never going to score, but he offers you that ability to hold the ball up, bring others into play, show a little bit different.
From an outside, I might be wrong, but the outside, is it that Xerxes and Højlund are competing for that number 9 spot? It isn't, is it? Because Xerxes isn't a number 9. He maybe can play there.
9.5, I think.
Yeah, all right, false 9, you could see it. But I actually think more like a 10. I think what he did today, I know it didn't work out, and I know you was critical of times when that little bit of magic went to us, but stuff is so difficult to find players that are able to do that 5-6 times.
I also think if you get the right runners, like if he's the 9 in that and he's dropping deep, and you get the right runners on him, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, Rashford's time at United seemed to be up, but I keep thinking about what Rashford could do with someone like that holding the ball up and bringing them into play. Garnacho should be someone that's looking for that as well. But generally today, not a great game of football. We should have come out of there with a point.
What does it mean for the Amorim project, though? Like, I think a lot of people, when Amorim first came in, people will go in, teething problems, write the season off, it doesn't matter what happens, but then you lose game after game after game, and it becomes very difficult to actually...
We've won, before today, we've won 6 out of the last 8. So we're not losing games like obviously we've lost a few.
Where are you in the league?
I don't know.
15th, I think.
And also, when he took over, weren't you just like a few points off top 4?
We were still in a very similar position. I think we were 4 points off Forest, but
I think it's fair to say you've been worse.
I mean, you're 15th
I'm not trying to.
in the league.
Not as a
You're below
wind-up.
Palace. You definitely weren't below Palace and Everton when you definitely
No, we were
weren't below.
13th when the manager got sacked.
But 5 points off top 4.
Off Forest. I don't know where Forest were at.
5 points off top 4, I think.
I don't know what you are with a back 5 like this.
Look, man, I don't really care what Ruben Amorim does between now and the end of the season.
Yeah,
he's got a free pass for me.
Same from me as well.
The big one, cheers for the big one. You could come again.
Yeah.
The big one for me is how we do in the Europa League and trying to get a run of form together in that. And we have done so far. We're unbeaten in that competition, so we have to try and go for it. But the league's done, as you can see by the performance today.
It's a worry, I think, for Manchester United because there's something just totally unacceptable about Manchester United being below Everton and Palace in the league, isn't there? Like 15.
Just happens though, isn't it? Just happens. Is it unacceptable? But is it temporary? Like,
this is the worst Man United side of my lifetime in 29 years. I mean, it is.
Yeah,
like, it's the worst by a country mile.
Yeah.
And they've sold even more of their souls down the river because they're playing a back 5, so they're not even trying to have a go anymore.
I don't know what your point is with that. Like, how is that selling your soul?
Because it's not the Man United way.
Your traditions are 4 at the back, aren't they?
But
your traditions is
football changes. You want us to bring halfbacks back because we used to play it in the 60s
I never said that.
No, but that's my point. Like, football changes, football evolves. You can still stay true to your traditions of whatever style of football that is, but whilst changing a formation. Because a formation doesn't change the spirit of play, the philosophy of play, and the way you play. But the spirit
of play in the last
Manchester
5
United's
years,
philosophy.
Champions League winners, the treble winners of City, the Real Madrid winners, they play 4-3-3, a version of it, 4-3-3. The back 5 today didn't work. You can't tell me it did. It didn't work today. No, it's a big game for you. Spurs away.
Well, the goal came from
you
the keeper should have caught it. And we've conceded less chances than we did with a back 4 under Ten Hag.
I don't think the back 5 works for you. That's just an opinion. It's not about anyone.
I think the back 4-5 is probably what's working more than the front 3 at the moment because we haven't got the players to play the front 3. Like, we are conceding a lot less chances than we were previously, which was an issue. I thought Paddy Dorgu looked all right today as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't. None of this matters.
He doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Until he gets
Nice
his
one, Flav.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Don't listen to these two, right? Their job is to wind you up, and they're trying to do it. He asks a question, just looks at his phone, right, and then he comes back in and goes, "Yeah, but it's a shame about Man United. Can they beat Blue?"
Yeah, doesn't even listen to that.
Can I tell you what was making me laugh then? Flav, when the camera wasn't on Flav went like this to me. But bearing in mind, like, he's okay. He looked at me and went like this when the camera's on Adam. He went, mate, you can come back.
Jack, can you
Fuad doesn't do that.
Jack, can you book me a cab?
No, this guy, mate. We have to put less effort into like getting really significant. Mick McCarthy didn't need this amount of babysitting.
Do you know? I think about
Mick McCarthy made notes as well.
Mick McCarthy drove it.
Can I just say, I think about Mick McCarthy on the club probably 3 times a day.
It's funny, isn't it?
I love it
It's funny,
so much.
Mate, I can't believe the amount of effort that we've. By the way, thank you to Flav for coming on. We would love to say that he'll be here more often.
When can I come
it's
back?
It's really difficult because we can't afford him.
When can I come back, Jack?
The one tube line was down. Anybody that knows the London network,
Still
there are
down.
many tube lines. Many.
It's still down.
One was down. Flav got a cab.
Which
told us the
one?
only
Circle line. It's probably
No,
an
the
irrelevant
Elizabeth
line.
Nightmare.
The Elizabeth line's
Absolute
down.
nightmare.
And he's
Central line.
Mate, I've got it on the
I
tube.
told
no
you, he's
drama.
scared of all
Central
the
line. Do you don't
Arsenal
even know
women
where I'm
fans.
going.
What, from west to east? Central line.
Where
The
am I
Arsenal
going?
women's ultras were out there.
Where am I going?
Bakerloo, down to Central to Liverpool Street up.
Oh yeah, but one cab all the way there.
But anyway, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Before you go, please do us a massive favour. Please do click that subscriber button, and a huge thank you to Sky Bet. They are constantly giving you all free bets and price boosts, so make sure that you check them out. Follow the link in the description below. We are honoured to be partnered with Sky Bet for the entirety of this season. They are keeping this show going, so please do support them. Check out the link in the description below. Thanks to Flav. We'll leave you with the final word, sir.
Thank you for having me up the Spurs, and believe in Hans Postecoglou.